Hey y'all, one more quick time. I'm gonna run it because I need to plug in my computer and I need to make it fire because what? You know what I'm saying? One more quick time. But hey y'all, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm about to drop the link too, so y'all can feel free to come up as you please. But one more time, gotta run it back. Look, I'm still muted. What up, y'all? How y'all doing? I hope y'all had a good day. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up? How you doing, Angela? Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Look, I was running a little behind, but look, I made it. I made it up in here. I made it. Absolutely. Absolutely, baby. What's up, Virginia Redbone? What up, Brian? What up, Brian? Absolutely. Heck yeah. God bless you. Thank you for being in the building. You was too quick for him. You was too quick for him with the thumbs. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, oh my gosh. So, it was the finale last night. I hope y'all had a good day. One of the reasons I was running a little behind was I got a little caught up screen recording. I ain't gonna get into it. We're gonna focus on the show. But just so y'all know, your boy is leaving again. He's leaving again. He's made another announcement. Well, not leaving, but he's changing his content. He no longer wants to be bothered with his content. So he's going to be moving forward. And he stole one of my references because I said they like treat him like the Emperor's New Clothes. And he tried to make the reference and he was like, and Trump is just walking around and it's like, the emperor has no clothes. I was like, dude, you know what I'm saying? So it was very interesting. We'll have to talk about that at another time. But let me know how y'all enjoyed the finale. Like, let me know how y'all felt. Did y'all watch it? Do you watch the show? What up, Just Roxy? What up? This is supposed to be black right here. I don't know why the bubble isn't black. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, it could be a little bit. Give me a little bit of that. The blue wasn't fitting the theme, you know what I'm saying? But what up, Just Roxy? What up, Tiff? No, you're not. We just got here. And I have the link here. Everybody, definitely feel free whenever you want, however you want. If it's a certain part you want to start, by coming in for anything like that. Let's see. Sorry, I just got an email from work. Okay, I'll check that later. Oh yes, I will. I promise. I have to because yeah. Anyway. So if you watched the review, like, let me know what you thought. Did you like it? Did you not watch it? You just kind of here for the review. I have a little outline here because y'all know I got ADHD. So I have like the scenes broken down, and then like I have some questions because there's some things I'm very confused on. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and just like start getting into it, and then as we go, if there's certain parts that we need to like pull a reference picture up for or something, then we can. And I also like did some research on what was different like this season versus what happened in the books because I didn't read the books, to be quite honest. So there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So the episode, it opens up. I'm gonna just start with the stuff that like I took notes about, and if there was stuff that I leave out, I also have like just the breakdown of the scenes. But if anybody watched it, it opens up with Queen Rhaenyra. She wakes up and she's all in a cold sweat, right? So she's in a cold sweat and she runs over to Damon. So I'm gonna pull up some pictures in a second. But she runs up to Damon because, and did she find out that the dragon was alive, or did she just feel it? Did she just feel that Aemon and the dragon were alive? We got a guest in the building. We got a guest in the building. See, I was supposed to have my little what's my banner for the night? I gotta put my banner up for the night. Hold on one second. Yeah, hold on one second. It's gotta be right here. Is it there? Oh no, it would be right here. Mm 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 mm. Dang, I do not, unless it's, let me see it in icons. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm just gonna, just in case. If I don't see it, I don't see it. And it's right here, but why isn't it working? Okay, I'll have to like convert it later. That was gonna be my banner. Oh, that's because it's supposed to go here. One second, y'all. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Here it is. Okay, perfect. So this is my, if it's done, okay, it's my banner for the night. You know what I'm saying? But all right, Tiff, do you hear me? Can you hear me? You might be muted. I think you're muted.
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna pull this banner
Thank
down.
you.
Thank you so much for
Oh,
coming up.
look
I
at
know you don't click
me.
links.
I'm popping my link clicking cherry.
Yes, thank you for popping it over here. I know you do not click links. I know you are a House of the Dragons watcher, Game of Thrones watcher, a lot of other shows that I love. So thank you for clicking the link this time and coming on up, because it was an interesting finale. Or what would you say? What were your first thoughts of the finale? Like, when it came to the end, were you like satisfied? Were you confused? Were you excited? What were you thinking?
Um, is my audio okay, by the way?
You sound amazing. Do you hear an echo
Oh,
though?
okay.
Do you hear echo?
I don't hear an echo, no. I hope
Okay,
I don't
good, good. Sometimes
okay.
mine does that. So if it does do an
So
echo,
it's just so
just let me
weird being on this and being being on the panel. But hey everybody in the chat.
know.
Um, but no, well, first of all, I thought a lot of things, but my overall I know a lot of people were divided on the finale,
Mhm.
but I think I was satisfied with it. I was. And my main takeaway is that I'm team commoners and dragons and that
Oh my
black
gosh.
eye. And I'm team the one black maester who gave everybody side eyes and minded his own business for the most part
Oh, right.
and just
Right.
did his job.
I had a question. There was a moment with him when Queen Rhaenyra was making her speech in front of everybody after they done killed with the grand, I'm gonna say some of the names wrong. I still like struggle through all this, but like the Grand Scepter or whatever. And she had him killed, and she's making the speech saying that she's the prince that was promised, right? But then she talks about how there's a darkness in the north and only the dragons can fix it or whatever. And I'm like, I keep wondering what's tying to like the winter and the white knights and the unsullied army, because there was quotes about the unsullied army. So I'm just like, why did he make that face when she said that? I don't know. Maybe it's something they already know. I don't
I
know.
For me, I just think, well, first of all, she's telling family business. Nobody other than uh the Targaryen family know about all that predestined, we were destined to do this. Can we curse on here? That we were
Yes,
destined to be here.
absolutely. Ain't no mind
Fuck
station nothing. Say what you want.
we were destined to be here. Fuck shit. Like that stuff, all that stuff her father told her in season one, like, oh, you were destined to do this. Here's the inscription on the knife, blah, blah, blah. That's all stuff that's in family and house stuff. The public, they don't know anything about that. So she was out there telling family business, and they were all just kinda I think Maester Orwell was exchanging looks. He gave that side eye like, "What the fuck is she talking
Mhm.
about? What are you talking?" Because nobody knows any of that stuff. That's, family business, and then she was out there with her, punk rock dragon eye makeup on.
Right, what was up with that?
And her
What
Joan of
was up
Arc
with
get
that?
up and her Joan of Arc Queen Margaret get up, just telling the family
Right,
business,
that's what it was, Joan of Arc.
and nobody knew what she was talking about. They're like, "Huh?" And then on top of that, you're speaking High Valerian to a bunch of hungry, broke, underemployed people who have no idea what you're talking about because none of them speak High Valerian. Everybody
And
was just
isn't it crazy that she, like, I don't know if it's me, I like her voice, it always gives, like, a little peanut butter in the back, but she also always doesn't sound fluent when she speaks High Valerian. Like, she always sounds like she's, like, grunting it out as we're like, Damon is like, I don't know, there's something about it. I'm just like, "Girl, work on it." Get your
I think
Rosetta
she's
Stone.
just I think it's almost like she's being so over dramatic with it. I think and she was
Mhm.
extra, extra with it, uh, when she leaned into her, evil queen from Snow White, persona. She was extra with it. She put that extra stank and that extra posh on it.
She did, she
Yeah.
did. She was like I mean, this episode, I was like, "Man, I don't know how to feel. What up, Angela? You made it back.
Hey,
Thank you.
y'all.
I'm so glad you caught it live, and yes, y'all hit the like, subscribe, all that stuff. Drop down. If you watch it, you got comments about it, feel free to, come up. If there's a scene you're like, "Oh my goodness," or if we leave something out, just feel free to, come through dripping. It's cool. It's cool. So yeah, I felt that same way. So the thing that I really noticed in the beginning, of course, like so she wakes up, dude comes in there and is like, Aegon's back, Sunfire's back. She goes and she tells Damon or whatever. He's like out. And it's crazy because at the end I need to pull up a picture because I wanted to see what Aegon and I want to say Aemon, the other one with the long face. I wanted to see what they look like in real life because oof, it's just I cannot with them. But
You
so
know
she no, go
Burned
ahead.
Aegon, and, it just hit me. I was telling my friend, I call myself the Hollow Queen because I'm a horror queen. Halloween is every day, all day for me, horror movies, all that. So I made a horror movie reference, and my friend had no clue what I was talking about. But there's this horror movie from the 80s called 976 Evil. I don't know if
Hmm.
you've ever heard. Aemon, not Aemon, Aegon, burned Aegon, he looks just like the kid from 976 Evil when the evil got inside of him. His face got all
Oh my gosh, like
he
a
looks
stretch.
just like that character
Oh
from
my
976
gosh.
Eagle. Like, if you type 976 like, if you were to look up 976, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Nine to see, I don't watch scary movies, so you gotta tell me 976 evil. Oh
If
yeah,
you go
yeah.
to
Let's see.
Google
Oh
image and you
gosh,
look
that is
that up,
terrifying. Yes, it looks like him. Ah.
he looks just like the guy from 976 Eagle.
I'm gonna pull up their cast picture and then just so we can see too, like just them in their regular day to day. Which why the hell this bitch still got on this crazy makeup? So Queen Rhaenyra over here that had those dots at this, so she was giving Bjork, she was giving Sia, she was giving I don't know what it was, but it was very strange. What up, Christy? What up? What up? What up? We are talking
Hello,
House of the Dragon
everybody.
at the end. We got to do some dragon. Ha ha ha. So I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Let me put this in a list view. Right here. So this is the cast just before we really dig in deep. Look at her makeup there. What
Oh,
is she
wow.
doing?
Wait, who are we looking at?
Queen
Whi
Rhaenyra in the
oh,
blue suit.
her real lifestyle, she and the actress that plays Allison, their real lifestyle is kind of like that, quirky. And then Kristen, his real lifestyle, he's always wearing those butterfly collar, kind of that 70s style open shirts. He wears that
Mhm.
style a lot in interviews.
Oh, I see what you mean too, because I'm seeing other yeah, I'm seeing other little, like, pictures of them and stuff, and yeah, it's definitely given. Okay, dope, dope. Okay, I might have to make a different,
Yeah, but she does, and she's I think she's non-binary.
okay,
The
okay.
the actress that plays, Rhaenyra. So she does that
Okay, awesome, okay.
androgynous kinda punk rock stuff in her, when she gets dressed up for these red carpet events.
Okay, dope, dope. Okay, let me see if I can pull this up too. Because the thing was like just his reaction when they found out. Like, she runs in the room, finds out that he's alive and
That in a
everything,
green
and then
dress?
she's freaking out. I'm like,
Who's
she
that in the
couldn't hold it
front?
together though. Hmm.
Who's that in the green cutout dress?
Let's see. That ain't Helena, is it?
Hmm, I can't tell who that is.
Because you know her, she's blonde in there, but she might have dark. It kind of looks like Helena.
Hmm.
I don't know though. It could be the girl that was shooting them arrows for all I know.
Possibly.
You
Alice
know what
was
I'm
in
saying?
Black Alley.
Yeah, because I don't recognize half these people to be honest. The one in the back is that's the one that has the locks. That's Lord Corliss.
Oh, no, that's in the black guy in the back. That's the fly in the buttermilk. That looks like Alan.
No, that's him without his locks. Look at his face.
Uh,
He's not young like the other one that plays his son.
oh, are you sure? He looks
I
so
think that's
different.
him without the white
The
locks.
he looks so different. Okay.
'Cause
Oh,
he doesn't
that
have the
might be
beard
him.
or the white locks, but he's older than the one that plays his son right there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's yeah, no, because 'cause I've seen him outside without the makeup and stuff, but he looks so different, like he just got a freshly shaved head. Okay.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah, I
is
like
it's
the
his tall.
locks.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
like the
him.
locks a little bit better, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so I'm gonna pull this, just photo up so we could just, like, reference them. Because there's one character I can't stand. My least favorite character is definitely, old girl that was, like what would you say her position is? The main girl, the main, I guess, servant for Rhaenyra.
Oh, you mean the Mistress of Whispers?
Yes,
That
yes, the Mistress of Whispers, yes. She
Massaria.
I cannot stand her. I don't know, there's something about her that just I don't know, just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what's going on with it, but yeah.
Yeah, I
Um
didn't care for her I didn't like her, I know she's a scheme she was a hoe, and so and then she was like the madam. So, she more or less like a hustler, but and then who kinda worked her way because it's funny how she went from being Damon's prisoner, and then she wormed her way into being in Rhaenyra's employ. I didn't like her. I did not like that horrible fucking accent. I was like, "Can't y'all just let her talk in her normal British accent?" That
Right,
accent was the absolute worst. In every season, every episode, it just got progressively worse. And plus she was just a bad mistress of whispers. She wasn't good at the job. But I feel like I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I feel like if Rhaenyra was gonna fire her, the time to do it would have been sooner, not when you're in the middle of a civil war and, you leaning into your evil queen look, and you've got a lot going on. So firing her at that point, she's gonna leave all guns blazing, and you see what she did. She left, and then
right,
she dropped a dime to poor Helena, and that kinda sent her over the edge. It was almost like, "Oh, the queen ain't shit. She about to do this. Oh, yeah, and your husband's back in his with his burnt up dragon. Bye." Her way out the door,
right,
she went pushing over the tables and stuff. It's like, why would you do that right then and there? You never know what could happen. You She just ate your box the night before. She just
right,
munched up
right,
on your box, then and then you just discard you should have done it sooner, or you should have waited and then did it. Because at the end of the day, she's bad at her job. Because think about it. Who told Rhaenyra that Aegon wasn't dead and that his dragon is back and that they burned up the army she sent after Thailand. Who should have told her that and who ended up bringing her that news?
Right. Because wasn't it
Massaria should
the
have been
black
the one to
specs
tell her.
that
Yeah,
did
the
it, or
maester told
the
her.
maester? Yeah.
Massaria should have been, if you're mistress of whispers, she should have been the one running to tell her that. Instead, the maester ran and told her, "Your half brother is alive, and so is his
Right.
dragon."
Right. And what was
That's
she
how
doing in the meantime? Putting her makeup on or whatever she was doing in the room.
yeah, it's like you're lousy at your job and, you're too busy, and I like how that brothel owner kinda read her for filth and said, "You got on your expensive fabrics and whatnot, and you made your way into the castle, but you still ain't shit. They still look at you like you're a hoe," you know?
You still a hoe.
She told her, so
Mhm. And so this part too, so we've gotten to the beginning. She's coming and told him about the dragons being alive and everything like that. She's made this order to go get Helena because she comes in, she's like, Helena's not eating, Helena's all pale outside. And then this scene is what really kind of, I didn't know how I felt about it, right? I didn't know
mhm,
whose side I was on because in this scene, Bela is trying to tell her like what they need to do, how they need to go help. Lord Corliss is still held hostage, and her sister is basically locked away.
mhm.
And I'm trying to figure out the connection because it's her grandfather is also Queen Rhaenyra's father, right? Because this is Damon's daughter, correct?
So her grandfather was married to Rhaenyra's cousin, Rhaenys.
Right. The one that died, and okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was her grandmother. Rhaenyra is and it's so weird because Rhaenyra is married to her father, who's
Mm-hmm.
also Rhaenyra's uncle. So
Right. There's a
so
lot of
Rhaenyra
incest.
so Rhaenyra is I believe Rhaenyra is not only her stepmother, but I believe also her cousin, I think is how that works. Because if Daemon is Rhaenyra's uncle and Daemon is also Bela's father, and so I
Mhm,
think that would make Rhaenyra she's not only her, stepmother, but, her cousin, I think that's how that works. Incestuous
mhm.
bastards.
And that's the thing, and then because Helena and Queen Rhaenyra are sisters as well. You know what I'm saying?
Half sis yeah, that's it, yeah, because
Or
they have
half
the same
sisters, yeah.
dad, but different moms.
And I'm trying to figure out how poor Raina, right? I have to do this before and after because y'all, this girl right here, the black girl with the blonde hair, that
Mhm.
is the sister of Raina, who is right
Right,
here. Now
right.
Raina, this is Raina before. This is both of them in the picture, right? So there's,
Yes.
both of them sisters, right? And that's Queen
Mhm.
Rhaenyra in the middle. This is what has become of Raina. Raina is out here going through it. Look at her.
That's because she
Right,
if
right.
there's one theme, that's constant in the House of the Dragon, it's that all the parents are shitty parents. Viserys, not
Mhm.
only was he a shitty king, but he was a shitty dad. Daemon, uh, shitty dad. Lord Corliss, dead well,
Right.
kinda,
Not till
sorta.
the end. Until the end, he got better, but it's too late.
Yeah, but deadbeat to his bastard children, and then,
Brian
yeah,
said,
they're
"Whoa,
just all
Raina."
the parents. Rhaenyra, I'm gonna keep it. Rhaenyra was a shitty mom, even though she loved her sons, her children. She was a shitty mom, and then Alicent, shitty mom.
Right,
It's just
right.
like everybody, just shitty parents, and then they have shitty, messed up children, and then you end up like Alicent, like always in a state of distress, like, "Oh, woe is me, I don't know what I did wrong," and then that eventually becomes, "Oh, well, fuck them kids, I don't know why they're like that." It's because of you. You are a crappy parent. Hey, hi,
And she
Brian. You don't know
And
me,
what
but
was the thing about it being the plan for Helena to always marry her brother, and then, Hilison said, "Oh, that's what your grandfather wanted," and everything like that?
wait, what happened?
When, Helena asked in the previous episode, was it always the plan for her to marry her brother?
Yeah,
And then her mom. Mhm.
that was Alicent's decision. And I liked how she held her mother accountable and was just like, "Were there no other lords available? Did you really have to marry me to my?" And I think, and the thing that kills me about that decision Alicent made is, as a Hightower, the whole act of the Targaryen, habit of incest, she finds that that disgusted her, but yet she turned around and did it to her own children, trying to prove some
Mhm.
point and trying to, for the most start for the mo I felt like she did that to stick it to her former BFF, Rhaenyra, because remember when Rhaenyra suggested, "Why don't we, wed her son Jacaerys to Helena?"
Mhm,
Even
yeah,
though
to
they
for the
were cousins, but still sorta kinda incest, but still, it's better than marrying your fucking brother. So it's almost like I feel like part of her made that decision, even though the Hightowers just, you saw the way they call him bad and bougie. You saw the way Ormond
Oh
acted
my
towards, he
gosh.
hated the Targaryen. It's like the high, like Alicent thought that whole act of, and she did. She thought, I think it disgusted her, but yet she turned around and she did it to her own children.
And speaking of, we gotta definitely highlight Mr. Eat Raw Chicken Salmonella. Lord
Oh, I got so
Ormond,
much to
who
say there.
is the my least favorite character. He is extremely pompous, and I feel like there's this undertone that, like, I'm like,
He
what
had
is
the
he?
best
What was he
armor though.
doing?
Look at he, I will say he was a piece of shit, but he had the best armor.
Oh my gosh, armor on point. You couldn't do nothing with him. You couldn't do nothing with him. Like,
Mm.
that armor is crazy. That armor is crazy. And so that too, it leads us to that part where, they're looking for, we can go and skip till they're getting ready for war at this point. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they're getting ready for war. You got Damon and his crew. He got the crew, and the guy that's the Viking leader. He was the dad in Power Book Force. I don't know if anybody's watched that, but in Power Book Force, he was the Irish dad. But anyway, I can't remember his name. Like the.
The win Are you talking about the Winter Wolves?
Yes, they was given very much beat our chest. The one that us we'll
Yeah,
save
those
it for
are the
later.
those okay, so that character is, because he also played on Sons of Anarchy. It didn't hit me until basically the end of the show, like, that dude looks familiar and I can't place him, but his character's name is Roddy Roddy the something, I think it's
Roddy the
Roddy
Sassy
the Ruin.
Ruin. Roddy the Ruin.
Roddy
Oh
the
yeah.
Ruin, right? And so he's the leader. They're from the North, and in the North, not only do they put all that put, as they say, put that shit on, put all that fur and stuff on, but they do the absolute most, and I love it. The Northerners, not only do they have the best gear, winter gear, they've got the I think they have the best in both series, House of the Dragon, Game. They have the best tagline out of everybody. They have 2 of them. They have the "Winter is coming and the North remembers." They have the
Oh
best
yes.
tagline.
Oh
But
yes.
but the Winter
And I
Wolves,
I got that reference in this episode too. You know what I'm saying? But that's
that's
Roddy.
Roddy the Ruin. And so these guys, the
What
Winter
up, Triple
Wolves,
L?
they're like,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, my bad. I was just saying what's up
It's
to Triple L. My bad. I
oh,
cut
I
you off.
thought
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Can you
no,
hear
I
me?
thought someone had come on the panel. The best part
Oh.
about the Winter Wolves is you, like, have a group of essentially war veterans, right? And they're all old. They're all, and these, before he got killed, just what the hell? I'm sorry. What are you doing? Sorry, my cat just came charged in here, knocking stuff over. What are you
Like I
doing?
got something to say.
And anywho, big self. Anyway, so you have these guys, and they're all battle worn war veterans, right? So they're ready to die because what happens is the winter wolves, before Jaceres got killed, uh, he made that whole arrangement for them to fight for Helena. Remember, he went and he talked to Cregan Stark, and then he made the arrangement to rustle up some guys to fight for Rhaenyra.
Mhm.
These are those guys, and they're like these old war veterans, and they have nothing to like. They're ready to die because what happens is to help their families the winters are brutal, so they don't wanna, sit back in the North and die from a brutal winter, and on top of that, they leave to go die in the war because, they also don't want to use up resources from their families. So what they do is they go find a war to fight in and to die in, and then that way, they're not back at the North using up resources from their families. So that's the backstory with them. So you have a bunch of guys who are ready to die. They're veterans. They know how to fight. They're brutal. So they have nothing to lose. So that's why they do the absolute most and why they're so brutal. So brutal.
My good, and I love it. Like that was
Yeah.
like those they were my favorite. They were ruthless. It was definitely like given I'm ready to die, which we'll get into that later. But I'm gonna pull this up because we're gonna talk a little bit about how the setup was. So
Mhm.
mind you, these people are about to go to war, basically. You know what I'm saying? We got these people on this side. Oh boy in the middle, Damon, he has a dragon, but his dragon's not there, right? His dragon's not there. So they're waiting. Ulf, we're going to talk about Ulf because Ulf is supposed to be this chip on the board that, at the time, what's his name? Darren and his cousin don't know about. So the uncle, you can talk about, Ormond, and how he has a plan that they don't know about. And so all of a sudden, right before they start bringing the kids out, they start lining the kids up
Yeah.
to be basically part of the fortress between them and this army that's on the screen.
And that
Um,
just shows you I'm sorry.
no, go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, that's just because can I be well, first, let me just say the thing with Ormond is he's like we said, he's pretentious. He's rich. He's pretentious. He's a bigot. He's elitist. He's a religious. He's basically the equivalent of a Christian. What are they fund? You know those MAGA Christians, a Christian fundamentalist.
Radical,
And
like yeah.
so who talk all this God, 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 this, God, that, but doesn't practice what he preaches. He's basically a rich MAGA jerk. The thing with Ormond is he's a great strategist. He fancies himself like he thinks he's some kind of know-it-all scholar. Um, and I'm not gonna lie, he is a strategist. The fact that he was able to he's good at causing organized chaos, like when he was like he had a person on the inside and was killing off the police force over in King's Landing and all that. So he's good at strategizing, but you have this guy who thinks he's a know-it-all, but he hasn't really seen any real battles. And it's like he made fun of his cousin and called and made all those homophobic remarks. However, the cousin being gay is what saved him that first time because he was like, "Hold on, when remember when the assassins came to kill him and Dayron,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
and
you
then
know
his
he made
cousin went and got the
yeah, and
got him
then,
right in the crotch.
before, you talking about, making all those anti-gay remarks to your cousin. First of all, at least Gawain has seen battle. He's done some battle and stuff. He's been out in the trenches fighting and stuff. You're holed up in somebody else's house over in Tumbleton where you took over, talking all this smack, but you haven't seen any real battle. And it's almost like he delegates and has other people doing his dirty work. But the man, when the stink, when the assassins came in there all stinking, he almost got killed. And if it wasn't for his cousin being gay, because when they came in and the cousin was like, hold on, y'all ugly, y'all not cute. The Baratheons, the guy that you're masquerading as, he's cute. Basically, that's why he
Right.
said his hair is chestnut and he's far more comely. If he hadn't
When he
been,
lifted his head
noticed
up.
all that, he was like, That's what saved him. So my whole thing is, you talk all this shit. You called he said that Rhaenyra was weak and she was squeamish, and but then he threw up all over himself when when his henchman, I keep with the bowl haircut, and Gawain
Oh
got into
yeah.
action and killed the assassin. He threw up all over himself because he can't stand blood and gore. Just his pretentiousness and his pompousness, and the fact that um he doesn't he's intolerant, so intolerant that he don't like the way he doesn't like anybody that's not a high tower. He doesn't like the way people look. He doesn't like that they're not they don't follow the same religion as they do. He doesn't like the fact that they stink. He don't like how they smell. That's what essentially killed him. Like when he chopped off that man's arm and the blood got on his face, what did he do? He gagged and was about to throw up on him. That's why, and that's how
Right.
Roddy
Don't
the
tell the
Ruler was able
next
to.
part. We got to
Yeah,
save the next part for
but we'll see. I'm
the.
getting ahead of myself. But I'm just saying that's basically his pompousness and his pretentiousness and his intolerance. That was basically his downfall. Now I'm gonna be messy for a minute. Who does Ormond sort of kind of remind you of?
um, I don't know. Oh, Jamie from Game of
Mhm.
Thrones.
No, I was being
Not
messy. We
not the way he
can
behaves. I don't know if you mean the way he
no, no, no.
behaves
I
with.
look. I was trying to be messy, but I was gonna say, who does he
Oh,
remind
I
you
thought
of?
you were comparing to Game of Thrones. Oh, but yes, absolutely, a hundred
Sorry,
percent.
I had to
A
throw in a
hundred
quick
percent and out
dig.
of his body the same way. We saw when Ormond snaps, whenever Ormond
Mhm.
snaps, even when he was looking for old boy. I have to pull up old boy that was MIA. So this was the piece of the on the board, but this piece on the board hadn't showed up because Ulf was supposed to be
Oh god.
flipping and what's up, Virginia Redbone? What's up? What's up?
Hello, chat. Hello, hello,
That's
hello.
Cliff. Definitely. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Triple stagnation gets it. He got it. I was being messy. Yep.
Right, right. And so we got this, and I wanted to pull up the oh yeah, this is the one I wanted to show. So I got to take one of these down, but this one right here, this is what blew me. Like, how in the world do you have the nerve to have these freaking, let's pull it up, kids lined up? So
Mm.
this is only one picture, but the kids were lined up to basically be a barrier, keep them from, going too far because they don't want to hurt the kids. And
But
so
that goes to
Ormond,
show but that shows you how despicable Ormond is. Like, he tries to portray himself as some refined, rich, elitist, holier than thou person, but that shows you the fact that he used those kids as barrier shows you just how despicable he really is. Like, he tries to
insane.
make himself like he portrays himself as high and mighty, but he's a piece of shit, basically.
And then what happened when old boy tried to go over and speak to Damon? You know what I'm saying? Because Damon wasn't having it. This isn't the picture from it, but
Mhm,
Damon wasn't having it when the cousin went over to go try to make a deal. So the cousin right here beside Darren, the one in the armor, he tried to go make a deal so that they could make peace and split the rule and everything.
mhm.
Damon won't having it. He was like, either you could die over here or you could die over there. Just get ready to die. And so he went back over to his camp and they're still looking for old boy. They can't find him anywhere. Him and his dragon that was supposed to be turning on everybody.
Mhm.
Finally, well, not even finally, then this happens. So these are the kids. Y'all see the kids standing in front of the gate?
Yeah.
So one of the other guys comes and he wasn't supposed to be there either, but his wife is behind the walls. They don't know his wife is behind the walls. So they put the kids in front of the door so that it'll stop them. And some of them ran away, and at the end, he did his little Dracaris. I didn't like his Dracaris, but he did his Dracaris and burned through. You know what I'm saying? And went on up in there, and then it was on and popping until they could find. Oh, and you can even talk about. I think it hits on the point you were saying about Ormond. As soon as he found Oh, he was gagged. Like he couldn't even stand the smell. He couldn't stand
Yeah.
anything like that.
Talks a lot of
Um,
big stuff, and like I said, he's just intolerant, and that's his weakness, and it's like you talk all this big stuff, but blood makes you gag, smells make you gag. How are you gonna fight a war? Is bloody, it stinks, and it's gross. So I don't even know how he thought he was gonna fight this.
And that's a good point too. You said earlier how, he just could not like take it when the blood, because I'm trying to get the part where it actually he cut the arm off. And so you can explain. There was a part where they were on the rooftop fighting because Roddy here, he wanted a piece of, okay, this is Ormond. Roddy want Ormond. He's like, he's mine. I gotta have him. So he sees him, you know what I'm saying, on top of a roof. They get into it. And Roddy's getting the better half. Like Roddy is, you know what I'm saying, he out for. Oh, and the craziest part was
Excuse
this
me.
kid. This kid hit Roddy in the ankle with like
Yeah.
a wooden stick, and he turned around somehow, turned around and asked the kid in the face. Asked the
Yeah, I
kid
wish
in
that
the
little
face.
boy hadn't have done that. He should have just ran and went on about his business.
He should
Cause
have knew
Roddy,
better.
he just he didn't care. You hit this guy, he's ready to die. He's on one. The adrenaline is pumping. And then you hit him in the ankle, and at that point he doesn't see a child. He sees someone attacking him. So yeah, he shouldn't have did that.
At
I don't know
all,
why
at
he
all.
did
I was
that.
like, yo. And so they were getting into it on the roof or whatever. And like we were saying, Roddy
Did you
had the
see the
better.
meme? It's
Hmm.
like the best House of the Dragon memes are on, Threads, and there was this, meme with Roddy the Ruin with the tag, it said, "Fuck them kids" across the picture.
And that look, that was the part that was the. I mean, I'm talking about my mouth was open at this particular. Well, first let's put up the picture of what happened when he cut off old boy's arm, because he cut
Mm.
off Roddy's arm right here, and then this was his reaction
Ugh.
when he cut the
Knocked out
arm
his
off because
teeth.
he couldn't take it. He couldn't
Yeah,
take it.
it knocked out Ormond's teeth. But yeah, he was about to throw up, and that was essentially one of the ways that killed him. He went to throw up from the blood. That's why I'm like, how are you trying to spearhead a war and you can't stand to see blood, guts, and various smells?
Right. And that's the thing, because right after that, what happened? He cut the arm off. Roddy was like still going. Roddy was still at him. And then Roddy did this.
Yep,
He shoved the knife up his butt and he said a proper
yes.
fucking from the north. I said,
Oh,
oh my gosh. Oh my
right up
God.
right up the Hershey hole. And then on top of it, so it's almost like he got killed twice. He got the knife up the Hershey hole, and then I don't wanna get ahead of myself, but yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna bring up the next one too, because let's talk about the fact that Ormond did end up finding he ended up finding Ulf. Ulf gets on, his dragon, and Ulf is just running him up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So they because Ormond beats his ass. He finds him, he beats
Mhm.
his ass, and he's like, you need to go. All you had to do
Found Not
was
only
sit
did he
on your dragon.
find him, not only did he find they found him passed out on the shitter with his pants down.
Right, right, right.
And then when he opened that door and that smell came out, that was funny.
Ugh, ugh. And and he did not care after that. After he got out of there and he got his ass beat real quick, he got on top of his dragon and he just started burning shit up everywhere. He burned up the people he was supposed to burn up, and then he turned around and he wanted to burn up everybody else too. So he just decided he was just gonna go and burn the people that hired him, because oh boy, in the picture. Now this is Ulf, mind you. He got a
Ugh.
dragon. He should have never had a dragon. But
You
he
know what?
decided. Mhm.
I just to make just to I will say, even though he was a little too big for his britches and had the nerve to put his mother on timeout and lock her in the room, in season 2, Jacaerys did make a good point. Now, remember when Rhaenyra went looking for the dragon seeds and looking for somebody that the dragons would choose and all that. And
Mhm.
remember when her son was saying, because at the end of the day, the war drag they're basically like nuclear weapons, okay? And then so
Right.
remember when Jace was like, "You just can't be giving dragons to people, to commoners all willy-nilly." So you basically
Mhm.
gave a nuclear weapon, well, not gave, to be fair, Silverwing did choose him, probably because she just wanted to get out of the cave, and she was like, "Okay, well, this raggedy drunk will do."
Right.
But it's like, you essentially gave an alcoholic a nuclear weapon,
Right.
and then not
Right.
only did you give him access to a nuclear weapon, you mistreated him and you didn't pay them, you mistreat I was trying to give him a little bit of grace up until he went rogue. But yeah, you gave a commoner, a greedy commoner, a nuclear weapon.
Mhm. Agree. Insecure commoner that weapon. It reminds me just to before because it was brought up again by someone else. But first, before I bring up who else it was brought up by, I have to show this the swag of Damon. I just the swag with this outfit. The horse was, getting it. You know what I'm saying? You good, Angela. You good. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, the man did not care. He did not care. But Damon, that's Damon. Got the dragon sitting up there, but Damon's fit, the
Ataxes.
horse's fit was everything. Everything.
Yeah, the mane, even the little the way they wove the like dragon motif even in the horse's mane. I love that.
And the other person who had brought up this whole thing about having the dragons and the commoners as dragons and stuff was none other than Mr. Glass Blue Eye over there in the House of Horrors. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't talk about this scene.
Oh god.
So these brothers right here in this creepy family, which mind you, the one on the right with the long face, he got a thing for his mom, and
Amen.
it's not that way in the
Ew.
book. So this is something they did with the series, but in the book, it's not crazy like that.
Yeah, they took a
But
lot of poetic license and deviated from the book a lot, especially in this season.
absolutely, absolutely. And so and this one on the right, he's been at this house with this lady, this witch that got the dragon eggs and stuff in there, and he tried to kill his brother, the one on the left. But his
Mhm.
brother lived, his brother's dragon lived, and so he's showing up like, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Like you tried to kill me. Dude ain't even trying to
Got me
fight, you
looking
know what I'm
like
saying?
976 evil and whatnot.
Right, right. And when he did that Dracarys last episode, I'm gonna have to pull that up before we go because that was something about it though. I don't like the man, but something about it. But yeah, he went and talked to his brother, and he's like, "We got to go find Joe Dragon, and we got to go march on King's Landing, and we got to kill that bitch, and then maybe I'll forgive you for trying to kill me." And then
Right.
that's the first time he said that the witch lady was the betrothed, right?
Yeah. But then it was kinda it was almost like when he found out how old she really was, it was almost like, "Oh, hey." It's like she's 100 years
Right.
old, so he definitely got an older woman fetish and on in addition to the mommy issues. Because remember in season 2, he was laid up with that older prostitute?
Right, right, right. He tried to hide. He didn't want nobody to know. Mhm. See, that's the thing, and this is what I'm thinking about them because there was a time in the one of the more recent episodes where she was telling him because she also told the story about this the child that was burned by the dragon, and that she tried everything, she tried the stuff in the forest and stuff, and then there was a price to pay and everything. And in the previous episode he talked about the unsullied army, so I'm like, did she send him for his first, like, the first night in the unsullied army? Because I feel like these brothers are going to be the eventual white knights, because
Um,
he brings up the Unsullied Army, and that's the army that fights with them, when winter comes. And then if you go back and look at the pictures of them, like, it definitely, especially him with the blue eye, and they had those dragons of their own too.
But remember, the children in the forest created the what do you call it? White Walker leader. Remember they
Right,
created
but
it.
that's what I'm saying. The woman, the witch told him. That's what I think it's leading up to in the next season, because she told him the story about how the child was burned by the fire, the dragon fire, but then she brought him into the forest, and then she said she lost him. She didn't say he died, but then she said there was a price to pay and that she was cursed. And then in the
Yeah,
previous
she can't
episode,
leave Harrenhal. That's why she's
yeah,
trying to get him to stay there because she can't leave because of the curse.
right. So what if what happened in the forest is what she can later, get him to turn himself into? Because she's like, stay here, rule. She's got the eggs. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's glimpses. He was like, we're gonna raise an army of unsullied knights. That's literally the army that's in the White Knights army.
I think I still because remember all the stuff with like the White Walker King being that all happened eons before any of this happened is why like I think this witch I just think she's just like planting because she tried to do it to Damon at first when he was there. She's helping plant all of these ideas and images in their head because she's just trying to have herself a Targaryen or some kind of baby by a noble, a Targaryen baby. I think she's planting all these ideas in their head because she's trying to so she can have a baby. She's trying to have a baby. So she's saying all this. Stevie Nicks is saying all this kooky stuff, but the children in the forest and the White Walker and all this stuff happened way before what's going on there, and what it's way before House of the Dragon and even way before Game of Thrones.
Right,
So
right, right, right. So that's why where it loses me, because this is the prequel for Game of Thrones, right? So this is
yeah,
before Game of Thrones, and then
right.
here at the I
It's
know
about
there's the
200
Unsullied.
years before, I think.
Right, 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 right. And remember, the lady is already like, obviously some sort of immortal. But what confused me, there's the original Unsullied, the one where, there was the romance and all that. That's completely separate. They also had these right here because I looked it up and they were,
Oh, excuse
talking
me.
about those two references. It's the ones that are like the dead ones. So I may have to take something out of the studio. But they're like part of that army as well. So it's like when he referenced it, and I know it's like later, but I think they become immortal. Like she's got a plan for him that's gonna
The
either
plan is she wants a baby. That's her plan. So she's saying what she can say, and she's putting all these hallucinations and ideas in his head, try to make him stay there with her because she wants a baby. That's why she keeps climbing on top of him, trying to get it on. She wants him to impregnate her.
right, and I think she needs
Yeah.
that Targaryen blood too.
Mm.
There's a reason why she's choosing. It's something like I watched a bunch of the reviews were putting like the Easter eggs together and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know what it's leading to, but there is something supernatural planned in that Harrenhal situation. You know what I'm saying? There's something more to it. Like, yes, she wants to get on. She had to pretend she was the mom to try to give him a baby, but there's something more. You know what I'm saying? There's something. I don't know what it is, but there's
Excuse me.
definitely something more.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I'm like, what was his reference? You know what I'm saying? He like, because that was such different time periods. Like, what was his reference then? You know what I'm saying? Because it was so they like isolated it so much in the episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's putting all that idea because remember, the stuff with the White Walkers and the children in the forest, they existed even before what's his name? The Targaryens conquered Westeros and took over. Used their dragons to bully everybody into submission. So all that stuff with the White Walkers and stuff. And plus I just think I don't know exactly what type of supernatural being she is. I don't know if she's the same kind of seer that Helena is. I don't know if she's got that green seer thing um that Bran was. For me, I'm trying to determine what type of witch she is. Is she the kind of witch that, even though she was a priestess, one of those the priestess that worship the fire god. I don't know if she's the same type of witch that Melisandre was. I don't know if she's a green seer like Bran was. I don't know if she's a dreamer like Helena was. I'm just trying to determine what kind of paranormal type of person are you? That's what I want to know.
See, that's what I'm wondering, because it's definitely, there's a reason she doesn't want him to leave. There's a reason why she specifically wants his blood. And then this is the theory. I'm gonna put the picture up
I
just to,
think
give a thing for the open, mindedness of it. Cause I'm like, there's something with the forest. You know what I'm saying? She specifically told that story about the kid and trying the herbs and all that stuff. And then basically the big running theory is either this is him or this is the other theory. I didn't make this is like just checking out all the like the fandom like blogs and stuff. And then the other theory is that it's, which I don't know which one it would be, but is that this one is supposedly him, because it starts with her keeping him there and having their own dragons. They have those hold up dragons at the end. So, like, this immortality type of ruling thing. But that's like part of the theory, because there's something to it more than just the baby.
well,
I don't
I
know what it
think
is.
well, only reason why I don't think they're like that, I don't think neither of those are him, only because these are they're like prehistoric. Like these are were the like the first men. So they existed way before any of these people ever existed. So these were like the first men. So I don't think any of them are him, but I personally I think whatever blood or baby she needs is the key that'll get her out of here and that'll have her leaving freely so that she's not stuck.
Right, 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 right.
And
Right.
I
And then
think I
yeah.
think she's just trying to get free from the curse.
Oh, this
And she's
doesn't.
planting all of these ideas and things and make because remember how she had Damon hallucinating and she's setting up all this stuff in motion. Like remember how she when Damon was at Harrenhal and she had him hallucinating and was planting all these ideas in his head so much so that he finally submitted and stopped being because remember he was resistant towards Rhaenyra being queen because he still kind of felt like he would make a better ruler than his wife. But after he started hallucinating in Harrenhal, remember she started implanting all these ideas in Damon's head so much so that he started hallucinating. Like he hallucinated Daenerys. So he got that glimpse into the future, like he saw Daenerys in the future and he started seeing all this stuff. And it's almost like he had this aha moment. And that's what made him bend the knee to Rhaenyra to get her on the throne instead of trying to fight her and be jealous of the fact that he wasn't going to be on the throne. She orchestrated all that. So I feel like Stevie Nicks, because like Alice, what is her name again? Alice Rivers. I feel like she's orchestrating all of this shit from Harrenhal like, so that this war can happen, so that these dragons can fight each other. I feel like a part of me feels like she's orchestrating and instigating all of this stuff and planting all of these ideas because she told that story about how a dragon basically killed her child. I feel like she wants all this to happen because she wants the dragons to be extinct. That's what I think. Like she's orchestrating all these stuff and planting all these ideas to help set some of this stuff in motion for her own
Mm.
agenda. For her own agenda. I feel like she doesn't want the dragons to exist anymore because of what happened to her and because she's cursed. The Targaryen dragon fire is what ruined her life and essentially got her stuck there where she is.
And that's when we're definitely gonna have to make a little March Madness board on, because I feel the same. I feel like there is definitely more to it. But I feel like, yeah, I have to see what happens because she had those eggs and she wants them to have like their own kingdom and him to be hit on his own throne and keep, and it takes forever for the eggs to, hatch and grow. So it's like I want to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? How it unfolds, but definitely two good theories. So I definitely I can't let go of the thought. I can't let
And
go of
remember
the
how
thought. It's
angry
like,
she got at Damon because he didn't stay true to his word, where she said, "I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help plant all these ideas and help you move all these pieces on the chessboard," and she pushed him to leave Harrenhal and bend the knee to Rhaenyra and to have this war. But then you saw how angry she got when he reneged on the bargain where she said, "Okay, so are you gonna make me now do I get to have Harrenhal?" And he was like, no. It's not my decision. He reneged on it. Do you remember when she got angry? And so
yeah.
then when Aemon ended up at Harrenhal, and then he came in there, I hated how he killed the Strongs. Some people, they were unarmed, they didn't do anything. But I think when it was almost like Aemon fell into her lap when he came there to do his thing and he killed everybody and then he caught that stab wound in the side. It was almost like, oh wait, the stuff imploded with Damon and he didn't stick to his word. And then so when this Targaryen fell into her lap, it was almost like it fell into her lap. So she put some other plan in motion and started using him, I think.
Hmm. See, and it's so weird. I wish somebody would make a diagram between like all of the characters, their relation, like their family tree, and then like draw a thumbtack connection to like Game of Thrones because it just always like because Jeffrey even like I'm looking at Jeffrey Rhaenyra's son and I'm like,
Mm.
is this any kin to the Jeffrey we hate later? You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's a
No.
long time, but like I mean I know it's not the
No, they
same.
just recycle the same names because even Jon Snow, his real legitimate name is Aegon. Aegon the I forget
Mm-hmm.
which is it the 3rd or 4th? At this point, I lose count because there's like 4 Aegons in House of the Dragon alone. There's and then remember there's like a couple of Viserys. It's like they all recycle the same names.
Family
Joffrey,
name, shoot, yeah.
family names, yeah.
See, that's
They
why I
all
was like, it's
recycle.
still descendant because there's two families. So that's why I was trying to figure out is Jeffrey descendant from that side of the
No,
families? And
they recycle the same names, and a lot of the times, like in Game of Thrones, a lot of them are named after, if they're not named after descendants, ancestors from their own family, they might get named after somebody like, say, their parents admired, like like, uh, you might have a like somebody might be named Lyanna because maybe somebody admired Lyanna Stark's spunk. Like Lyanna Mormont, she was named after Sansa and Sansa's aunt. Remember Lyanna Stark,
oh yeah.
the lady that Ned Stark's sister who Robert went nuts over because she ended up getting pregnant by Targaryen. Remember when they ran away together in Game of Thrones? And
Oh my God.
at first they thought she was raped by Rhaegar, but come to find out it was consensual and they actually were married and then they ended up having Jon Snow, who if this cat don't get on somewhere.
You said what?
Um no, I'm sorry, my cat, he keeps like, he's not just coming over here kinda like that he keeps, like, jumping, and so it startles me. Um, so yeah, so it's almost like, s that Lyanna who Jon Snow's mother. Remember the little girl, the smart mouth little girl who ran Bear Island?
Oh yeah. Oh, I loved
Her
her.
name was Lyanna too, she was named
She was
she's
named
not.
after her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not related to her, but it's almost like maybe she was named after her because maybe her family admired that Liana. So there's a lot of that
Right,
going
right,
on
right,
too.
right.
They
Yeah,
recycle the
I
name.
wasn't sure. I always lose the thing, but I know it could be either way. So I always like to ask and try to connect the dots because it gets confusing after all those episodes of Game of Thrones, and then this now I'm trying to connect the family trees. So I'm gonna do like a little research and little diagram, and so I can try to
Yeah.
figure out just who's who. You know what I mean? Because you know who Orman also reminds me of. I know they're not related. I'm just talking personality wise. Is
Mhm.
what's his name? That was the one that was given that made Reek, basically. Who was that? The one that was Thomas
Ramsay
Sanford.
Bolton.
Yes, Ramsey. His like vibe, like is just like the same way I was just disgusted
Yeah.
by Ramsey.
Just
Um,
grow he's just richer and he wasn't a bastard, but for sure you know who he reminds me a little bit of? Not so much
who?
because he even though he was strategic, he wasn't as cunning as him, but personality-wise, he's also reminds me a little bit of Littlefinger, but Littlefinger was more conniving and smarter, I think.
Oh yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh.
He's got a little touch of Littlefinger in him, I think.
I'm definitely gonna have to like rewatch, Game of Thrones too, because there's so many like little details that I feel like because I watched it out of order. I watched House of Dragon season one, then I watched Game of Thrones, then I watched, season two. But what I definitely want to do is obviously like, figure out what to expect for next season. So what would be
Right.
your predictions for next season? I know the way that it ended, basically I'm confused. I don't know if because Helena jumps out the window. Helena jumps out the window, she dies. What's up with the cross stitch? Because the cross stitch said at the end it was like a picture, I'm guessing, of Rhaenyra, and the lines were like blood or something. So I'm trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. This is for House of the Dragon, Virginia Redbone. We're almost to the end, and then I don't know if I'll probably pop up a new link and then cover some of that stuff that happened on that live right before this with Jay Wilson. But this
Oh,
is for
there was
House of the
I'm
Dragon.
sorry, I'm so curious. There was a lot. Jay Wilson went live.
Oh, that's why I was a couple minutes behind. I had like lost track of time because
Oh,
I listened
lord.
to it and I was like, "Excuse me." It
Um,
was
I d
crazy. It was
I
crazy.
before I jump down, you mind if I weigh in a little bit about that one too? Because I have
Oh
some
yeah,
thoughts
yeah,
about
yeah. We're not,
like,
yeah.
I don't wanna
And I
be
want
mi
to know too your thoughts on the end and like if you felt like you were confused, or you feel like it's like right on board to like it was a good complete ending. Did you feel like it was like a closure ending to where you have to wait for another season, or like what were kind of like your final thoughts? Because now what we have is Rhaenyra is confused, Damon and them are running because they got beat out. So, do you feel like you had closure and everything for moving forward?
I
Predictions.
don't think I like I said, I know the season was it was divisive because there were some people saying, "Oh, this was terrible." I don't think it was terrible. I think this season so now, we've had all this happen, the battle at Tumbleton well, the first one, because I hear there's supposed to be another one, but I think what essentially is gonna happen is I was okay, personally, even though there were some hiccups, I'm okay with how season 3 started, progressed, and ended. So I feel like now season 3 is gonna usher us into season 4 where we're gonna see Rhaenyra settling into her role as Rhaenyra the Cruel. Because remember what Ulf did. He did like Daenerys and burned everything and everybody, including innocent people. Ulf is known remember the commoners over in
Hey,
King's Landing.
Brian. Sorry,
Hey, this is
sorry.
me.
Oh,
What
hi.
up? What up?
Hey,
Sorry,
I
go
got done.
ahead.
I'm on mute. I'm on mute. Sorry about that.
No, no
Sorry.
problem. Sorry, go ahead.
No, now remember, you have to keep in mind the commoners don't know that Ulf double crossed Rhaenyra. So when everybody find out what happened, they're gonna assume that he did all that under Rhaenyra's instruction. So I feel like next season, which is probably gonna be 50, 11 years from now, because it takes them forever, between
Right.
season. I feel like now we're gonna see her settle into her role as even though she calls herself Rhaenyra the Chosen, I feel like the people are she's gonna be known as Rhaenyra the Cruel because they're gonna think she ordered Ulf to do all that to those innocent
Mm,
people and children. I think we're going to get some stuff happening with Daeron now that Ormond is dead. He and his uncle are probably gonna go to Old Town and strategize from there. So we're gonna see Rhaenyra ruling terribly some more. Uh, there's gonna be some fallout. I think we're gonna see some more fuck shit from Massaria, so forth and so on. That's what I of course everybody's going to be looking for Ulf. Also, I think Hugh the Hammer is gonna answer for some stuff because remember he abandoned his post to go see
right.
about his wife.
Right, right.
Yep.
See? And the thing is, in the book, he does not, he betrays them too. In the
Mm,
book, they both turn on them. But that's one of the other tweaks they had here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was, yeah, it was supposed to be crazy. But I'm hoping, at least with Ulf, they see that it started with him turning on the army, I mean, on Rhaenyra's people first. And then he was like, fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, but I feel like both people got smoked for him at this point, either way.
yeah.
And then hopefully we see Darren, get some freedom and be able to ride his dragon. And then we see what the prophecy is on the cross stitch and
And
all of that.
and of course, next season, Alicent is gonna deal with the fallout of Helena j doing like Tom and flinging herself out that window.
And wait till Hellicent gets back because she's gonna snap. So it's gonna be, and
Yeah.
she's one of the most
Yeah.
conniving, like strategists on there. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. But I
Yep.
definitely want to. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yep.
It's gonna be crazy. She gives me the wine and the tower vibes. But I definitely want to get some thoughts on, like, and Brian, I definitely want to invite you to speak. We're gonna see, I guess, how this kind of relates in any way to Jay Wilson. And then while we're
Oh no,
seeing this.
I came up here to say that I don't know what y'all are talking about, but this is entertaining. And what recommendations? Where do because I feel like this when I started Yellowstone, and I was so shocked to find out that they had sequels, and now I'm on a prequel. Excuse me, I'm on the sequel now, and I found out that they had prequels to Yellowstone. So, a couple of weeks ago, I went to Homework Guy. He lives downstairs from me, 2 stories down, and the guy that's standing there with him was watching this. Remember I told you that? And it
Yes, I
was
remember.
yeah, so that was my first time, and I've heard of the House of Dragons and stuff like that. The girl with the long platinum blonde, like I don't know who that is, but I've seen people talk about it and rave over it, but I've never, so what do y'all recommend me from the beginning so I can know exactly what y'all are talking about? Now, where would y'all direct me to from the beginner's guide? Because I'm looking for that with Yellowstone. I know they got two prequels that I have to start, but I just finished the Dutton Ranch and I have to do the Marshall, and then I'm gonna start the prequels. But just let me know. I'm on me right quick because
I
I'm twisting up right now. My bad. Allegedly.
Heck yeah, and I'll ask
I
about the Yellowstone later, but I'm gonna let Tiff answer that.
the resident gamer. Personally, I would do like everybody else did, like we all did. Start backwards. Start with Game of Thrones first. Then
Yeah, that's
go
what it's called. Game of Thrones. The girl with the long blonde hair. Yeah.
in there.
Okay.
Start there. Start with all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Hey.
Uh yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It'll be a
Oh
I
quick
my
did
it'll
my
be a
God.
opposite. I started with House of the Dragon, then Game of Thrones, but it
yeah,
probably would
it'll
have
be
been
a
better to
quick
do it that
watch.
way.
I promise you it'll be a quick watch. And then you're gonna watch. At first you're gonna be
It
like,
will.
I'm gonna tell the truth. At first you're gonna be like, and then you're gonna be like, and then you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And then you're gonna keep going from there, and then it's gonna get
Mm,
quicker and faster. And then from there, do House of the Dragon. And then after you watch House of the Dragon, watch A
mhm.
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Because that's another one. I don't know if you saw that one, Submarine. Did you watch A
Yes,
Knight
I
of the Seven
did.
Kingdoms?
Yes, I
Yeah, and
did.
then do Knight of the Seven Kingdoms because it takes place after some years after what happened in House of, because in Knight of the Seven Kingdoms these Targaryens are the Targaryens without the dragons because they all got demolished in what happened in House of the Dragon. So
But can I
House
ask
of
you a question right quick? I'm
mhm,
sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to
okay.
interrupt you. And first, I'd even introduce myself. How you doing today? I'm Brian.
I'm good. Hi, Brian. My name is I'm Tiffany J. Tiff J. I'm,
Okay.
long time beef sector lurker.
Oh, so you
I
been?
don't drop
Oh,
down a lot. I don't drop down a lot.
Has
I
never
drop
clicked the
down,
link before, Brian. It's
never
her
clicked the
first
link
link
oh.
click.
before,
Well,
but my
listen. I
nerdy
like your
heart.
voice. I like your
Really?
voice, and
Yes,
I
you
was
definitely
cooking.
do.
I was cooking a pork chop. I just got off of work. I was cooking a pork chop, and I was
Nice.
just listening. I was listening. I said, "Oh my god, I need to start this," because y'all was just talking, and I say, "Wow, this sounds like some shit that I sit down and smoke and turn my TV on and watch." So,
And
but
trust her about the Game of Thrones because I waited all those years. People were going crazy, having weekly premiere nights at their house, and I was like, "This too much. It's gone too
Yes, you
far. I can't
gotta
catch up."
watch.
And then
By the
I started
time
watching it, and I watched all 8 seasons back to
but
back.
that's not
yeah.
the blonde haired girl I was talking about. The other
No,
blonde girl,
there's a blonde. You talking about Daenerys?
the one with
Daenerys?
the
Yeah, I know. I'm
dragon,
about to pull her up. You talk about
and
my
she was messing with
girl
that. And
right
she was messing with
here.
that blonde. Yeah, yeah. And then wasn't she with a blonde haired guy too as well? I seen too. I
She was with
know
Jason Momoa for a little bit, but let's see.
he was on this show too.
I
You
think
don't see
maybe
him
her
right
brother.
there?
Yeah, he's
Wait, let me
Khal.
see.
See him right
It's on
That
the
there?
screen.
that is
Khal
him.
Drogo.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh,
And
he
he be
fine.
he be
Oh,
giving
he's
it, baby.
fine. Baby. Oh, he made me
You
want to
gonna
go to
love him in
Hawaii or
Game of
wherever the
Thrones.
baby,
Woo.
baby, he made me want to go to Hawaii or Samoa or whoever, Pacific Island or wherever the fuck he from. I'll go.
Oh, he is, yeah, he everything in this show. Like he is you gonna
Mm.
love it. You
I
gonna
didn't even
love
know he. I didn't, girl. I didn't, girl. You teaching me stuff, but you know what? I've been stuttering a lot lately because you know what's been going on. I've been hungry, and at work, I got a new schedule, right? And if I eat, I'm the type of person. If I eat, I'm gonna want to go take me a nap. I don't care if it's a salad or just anything. I'm a so.
it.
So I don't even
Automatic
eat.
hyper.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't even eat breakfast and I don't eat lunch. And I'll give me like a trail mix like around 3 o'clock, when I'm about to get off at 4. And then it'll hold me over to dinner, man. But I've been stuttering lately. What do y'all suggest anything? I mean, I know y'all gonna tell me to smoke and relax, and that's just slow the stuttering.
Are you hydrated? Are you drinking water? You ain't dehydrated, disoriented, are you? Is that what you stuttering?
Well, maybe so. Maybe I can look. Maybe I can go get me a thing of orange juice, and maybe that'll heal the trick,
Do you
right?
drink coffee? Do you drink coffee?
Oh no, but that do sound good.
I love coffee.
Oh,
That's all I drink. I have coffee in the morning. I typically don't eat breakfast, but if when I do, it's usually something small, like very small. But I drink just a large cup of coffee, and then I'll have
when
something at noon.
when I was driving Uber, I needed something to stay up, and I didn't want to do energy drinks. So this one truck driver suggested that I do Colombian blend. I don't even know the different blends and strands. I don't know. But
Colombian is good.
yeah, baby. And when I say I've grown accustomed to that Colombian blend, and I like putting cream, I like the vanilla cream, and I do the Splenda. And baby, that is the best time. That's the best thing on earth too. And I started craving it too. At one time, I had to stop. I had to stop it because I started craving it. Drinking it all day long.
You was the caffeine you was craving, or like that coffee, the sugar? What do you think it was?
Well, I mean, remember it had Splenda in it, so I think it was the coffee. I don't know. I just had to. I just grown accustomed to that taste. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but I started craving it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
I
But
could
my
do
It's
with
bad.
some
good.
coffee right now. 'Cause I
I
know
love
it's
coffee.
late.
And every now and again, not all the time, because mostly I'm just very straight. It's gotta do like some kind of dark roast. I don't care what it is, whether it's espresso or because
Mm.
I have an espresso machine, so I do a quick espresso on my Nespresso machine, or I'm a coffee nerd too. I'm all kinds of nerds, and I'll do like the stovetop percolator, and I'll make my coffee on
Ah,
that.
there's this lady I watch on here with the red hair. and she has a shitload of percolators. I never knew percolators exist. When you think of a
I love
percolator,
my
you think of,
percolator.
oh
I'm
my god,
thinking
and
about it's
she.
time for the percolator. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yeah,
whoop, whoop,
time
whoop,
for
whoop.
the
That's what I'm saying. Like you think, I mean, you think about twerking or something, but I did not know that they. And she has different variations of percolators, and it's crazy how you can make coffee that way. Like it was really
Yeah, and
crazy to
it's
watch that.
really good that way. It's real, and I have like the Italian style percolator. What do they call that? I think it's called a Biagletti or however you say it. And I've had it for years. I got it for myself for my birthday years ago. So those
Hmm.
things last a long time. And I have the smaller one so you can travel with it and everything
Hmm.
and camp with it. But you put it on the stovetop and it
Yep.
perks and it makes a
Hmm.
really good cup of coffee. And then I have like a French press. So those are the 3 things I use.
What is a French press? What is
I
that?
do love a
And
French press. I have that,
you
but
like
not
it's
one in
that makes
particular.
the best cup of it's like this machine. It comes in different sizes, and you basically put the coffee grounds in the carafe, you boil some water, and then when the water boils, you pour it over the coffee grounds, you stir it up, and then you wait a few minutes, and then after a few minutes pass, you push the coffee grounds down.
Mm,
You put the top on, and then you push the lever and push the coffee grounds out, and then you pour your coffee.
mm. And this lady, she drinks hers with a cup of creamer from Walmart. She says, and then she leaves her creamer out with the percolator in her in her china cabinet. And she said that Walmart creamer is the only one that she leaves out like that in that china cabinet. And then she put some butter in her coffee, so she drinks her coffee.
Oh,
I was
I've
like,
done
I
that
want to.
before. I've done the butter in the coffee before. I do that every now and again. It's good, and then sometimes if you don't feel like eating, you do like a little a pat of butter. Some people call it bullet coffee, but no, that's different because when the bullet coffee, you gotta blend it and do all the. No, with this one, if you put just a little, you make your coffee how you usually do it with your cream or whatever, and then just a little pat of butter sometimes if you
Hmm.
don't want to eat because it's so rich, it makes it rich, um, and it'll kinda, like, if you don't wanna eat, it's a good alternative in the morning, like, if you don't wanna eat, but you want something a little satisfying that'll tide you
Yeah.
over, sometimes a little pat of butter will do that.
And I've never had butter in my coffee before, so I'm gonna try that before. I'm gonna try
I
that.
don't mind. I don't do it all the time. I do it on rare occasions, but I mean, I like it. It makes the coffee a little rich. I don't stir it or nothing. And then you got to drink it. You start sipping it immediately. Don't let it sit because then, that oil will separate from the butter and
Yeah.
make your coffee buttery. You have to start sipping it immediately.
Mm. Well, thank y'all for telling me this, and I'm gonna when I get ready to start this, and so this is on HBO. I think I
Yes,
have
HBO.
HBO. I think I have HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I think I have that. Or I don't never use it, and when I did use it, I watched Sex in the City, and I think it was no, I think it was Shameless, and I need to finish watching all of Shameless. I'm stuck on season one, episode 5, and I never went back to finish all of those seasons.
I
But
don't think I
I'm
finished Shameless.
man, they say Shameless went hard, man. But
Shameless is crazy.
Yeah, I
Oh
watched
my
most of them, but I
gosh.
don't think I did the last I'm gonna say the last couple of seasons, I don't think I finished.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
And I have to tell y'all the next thing I'm going to be covering because we're going to switch the gears. I don't know if I should just kick another live up or change the title, but I definitely got some things covered. But I might just kick another live up. But look, this is one of the things I'm going to be covering next for
Ooh,
sure, without a
ooh.
doubt, which is going to be Spartacus,
Ah!
House of Asher,
Oh,
which
This is a
I
is
new.
think
the
haven't
Oh,
shit.
seen this.
I'm
This
sorry.
is
I'm
the
a.
one, yes.
Wait, now
Oh
where
my
can you
god.
watch this?
Stars. It's on
Okay.
Stars.
Have
Like
it.
I'm gonna try the best to do it like by the episode, but it might be one thing because once you watch, I mean, it's one of them things where episode one, I'm gonna rewatch everything as we go, and it'll be like a click the link, open discuss. I mean, it is the shit. When I
Hmm.
tell you it is the shit, it
I'm
is the
looking
shit.
for it. I'm looking forward to the nudity for one, and because Spartacus will
Oh
deliver the
yeah.
nudity.
It's
But
very heavy. Like this was more nudity than the last Spartacus. Like I was
you
like,
No.
whoa.
tripping for real? For real?
It's one of them series you got to rewind a couple times. Be like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know you. Yeah, I didn't know you had it. Yes.
No, it
Oh, I
looks
And
cannot wait to
no,
y'all.
it looks
Yo,
stabby. I've been
it's
watching
so good.
True rewatching. I'm kind of hate watching because it's like people make me sick, but I've been rewatching it a lot. I've been rewatching True Blood.
I never
Mm,
watched that vampire. I never
it's
watched that
so
on
good.
HBO.
Oh my god,
One of my
Sookie makes me
favorite
sick.
series.
I can't
I
stand
never.
Sookie Stackhouse.
Oh,
Is
I
that what?
know, bitch. Like, girl, you was a hoe, and you just need to get your fairy blood. Look, I ain't gonna spoil it, but yes, absolutely, I agree. I
I'm
agree.
about to write this shit down because y'all got me
Yeah.
wanting to watch this
So
shit for
do
real.
True Blood. Um
I was gonna
Is that
ask
what
you
the one
if
with
you ever
Lamont,
seen
the gay
Lost.
cook?
yeah, yep.
Yes, Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette. Yeah, yeah. I see. I've watched YouTube clips of him where he beat that dude. The dude said he made that burger with HIV or something like that,
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
and
and
licked
he
it.
beat. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and yeah. So I did say I was. I did put that on my list because the way he beat that dude.
Yeah, that scene
Shit.
was great. That scene was awesome. And the actor it was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they say
Yeah,
he
we might have to
died.
start for season
Yeah.
1, episode 1, and do like we might have to do like a little True Blood night. We might have to do a True Blood night, Spartacus night. Look, people will catch up when they catch up and come when they come because it's good to have some variety, even if people catch up after. You know what I'm saying?
They
We've done a few of them.
they say True
Yeah.
Blood was one of HBO biggest shows, like the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They say
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They say that True Blood, that True Blood put HBO up for real, and I never watched it. I never
I
watched it
was
at all.
obsessed. That's why I got my fang fetish now. All my goals are all fangs. Let's start my
Mm.
vampire shit.
Now
Never stop.
have you been watching the I need to watch it, but have you been watching Interview with the Vampire
I don't
series?
like the incline one. I don't know. Interview with the Vampire is my number one favorite movie with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. But I
Mm.
don't. I
Mm.
watched. Yeah, it's so. Oh
Brad
my
Pitt and
god.
Tom Cruise did a
Grey
movie.
Oh my
Worm. The one
gosh,
with
one of
Grey
my
Worm.
favorite movies of all time. Interview with the Vampire, and
I'm
it's
writing
Tom
this shit
Cruise and
down.
Brad
Shit,
Pitt,
it's a
and was isn't Dakota Fanning? Not Dakota Fanning. Who is Kristen? Kristen
No,
Stewart. Kirsten Stewart.
yeah, yeah.
It's
No,
so
Kirsten Dunst, I think.
Oh, I
Dunst.
like
Yeah.
Kristen Dunst. I like her.
Oh,
Bring
she's
it
so good
on.
in
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah. I like
But
her.
the series has Grey Worm in it.
Yeah, I watched the series, but
I
I
haven't
just
been watching the Vampire Lestat yet. I haven't seen that yet though.
yeah, I like season 1, but it's so ridiculously different than like but I
Yeah.
know it's Anne it was good season 1, season 2 I couldn't get into. I liked Anne
Yeah.
Witches, I just didn't like that one. But definitely and have you ever seen Lost too?
Lost?
Lost.
Yes, that's
No,
one I
I've
want to
never
watch for the
watched
sake of
that.
the sector
I've
You.
because
never
Well,
watched
what is
that.
it? What is
it
Lost?
is a cult classic. It
Mhm.
was, I think it came out 20 years ago. But when I tell you, I just watched it like a few months ago from beginning to end, every episode. And it is
Oh.
so good. It's like basically just
With my girl from Colombiana.
I believe, yeah, the
I
Hispanic girl.
you well look,
Let me see. I'm gonna pull up a Lost.
I've
Let's
been seeing
see.
some previews of that on. See, I got
No, Lost
Paramount.
is old.
Yeah, but I got Paramount, and I think that's the girl from Colombiana. I think I seen the previews, if I'm not mistaken. Lost, right?
PT actress. Yeah, I'm gonna see if that's the same person. Let's see.
What's her name?
Um,
Zoe Delgado or something like that.
Oh no,
Delgado.
Zoe's not in Lost. She's not in Lost.
The
This
girl
jump.
from. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I think is that who you talking about? Is because Colombiana has Zoe Saldana in it.
Yeah,
She's not
we
in
might.
Lost. I don't think.
Okay, so we talking about two different things. I'm making sure to write these shows down because I
The
know I want to
Lost
see
is
the
the one with
people.
the people on the island, right? And then strange
Yes, but
stuff
when I
start
tell you,
happening.
it is a mind fuck. I'm telling you, it would
Yeah.
be like every episode. We would be because I relate that a lot to the V sector because there's a character named Benjamin Linus that
Who?
is Jay Wilson all day.
Oh
I mean, it is
god.
like and he's like, I mean, he's like, except for this guy is way, way, way more brilliant, but just like the way you never know what's
Light
going
shade.
on. Like it's
Mm.
mind games, but you're like, like I imagine the people feel over there because they got to be confused over there. The man it's leaving again. Child, I can't even. But
Girl, girl, and you know what? And it seems like because when Tiffany, excuse me, when Tiff said earlier something about a scholar, I said, I thought I was cooking. I said, she's talking about Jay Wilson when she said that earlier.
Yeah,
A
right.
talking about
scholar.
Mormon,
I
talking
said,
about Mormons. Think you know
I said,
everything. Yeah.
mm-hmm. I said that. Yeah, I said, I said I have to watch this show now. That was at the moment. I said I have to. But you know what? Every time, every time Stump Down drags him,
Mm.
he leaves. Now Kwani is dragging him now. I don't know if you've been
Damn.
watching.
Oh
Baby,
yeah,
she
I've been
I'm
been.
missing
watching.
all the good
Yes.
stuff. See what happens when I do actual work? I miss out on all the good stuff.
Well, see, I recorded his live before the live last night, and then everybody was dragging him. That's why I was like, damn, everybody was dragging him. Then my live was like 6 hours. Then Timothy Blaine, this morning,
My
was it this
What?
fave.
morning? Timothy Blaine drug him.
For
You
what,
know
girl?
what? There
Because he
is
was in the live from last night. He was in my live last night. So he got up this morning. He brought back up that National American University. He done brought up everything. I mean, he was playing all kind of videos. He done figured out how to use the shorts over here. So he was playing
oh,
everything. Baby, I said, dang. And then that's why in his videos today, he was like, what's up with people they want to, tag team? They want to tag team because Tim said in the video, he said, yeah. He said, fuck it. You get him one day, I get him one day. You get him one
Shit.
day, I get him one day.
Baby, Tim gonna stay
wow.
on his neck, baby.
This was a
Until
long
then.
time coming. This was
Tim ate his
honestly,
ass up.
I do think there are some differences, but when you first, I don't know how I happened upon one of your videos. I think it was a short. Then I started watching and watching. They started showing up on my feed. And then so I did see that video a little bit. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did kind of agree with Kwani, not in personality, but in terms of foot on neck wise.
Mm.
When your short showed up on my feed, the first person I thought of was iBabe too, because I
Mhm.
actually she was a loony, but I used to like to be and I used
I'm
to
a
like
little
to
loony
twerk around.
too.
I used to like to twerk around in iBabe chat, but she used to stay on his neck because she used to have
Mm.
some hilarious sayings. She would be like, Jay Wilson in that Barbie dream house. She used to say he's
Mhm.
staying in that Barbie dream
I
house.
miss our babe. I
She
miss her
used to
so
say,
much.
yeah, and then she used to say how he's living in that that empty mausoleum. She used to get him so good. And I haven't seen other than Timothy Blaine, I haven't seen anybody get on his neck real good
Well,
since, other
well,
than
I ain't
besides
gonna
her.
lie. I ain't gonna lie. Properly bona fide. I don't know if you know about her. Properly
Oh
bona.
yeah. Yeah,
Baby,
I've
she
been
used
a
to tear him
lurker
up.
for
Yeah.
a long time. Like when I say I've only ever dropped down in a couple people's chats, like ever, like literally just a couple people. I'm usually in the shadows watching, but I've been watching for years. So I saw the stuff with properly bona fide when he called her a Baptist B dagger, all that stuff.
Hmm.
I watched it. So when I say
Mm-mm-mm.
I've been seeing this man kind of move, be messy and humiliate. Initially when I first started watching the beef sector, initially I thought I was never a fan, but I thought he was a little amusing. I thought, okay, he had some funny moments,
Oh
but it
yeah, for
seemed like
sure.
he got dark. And here's where I feel like things stopped being funny and he got dark and just nasty and messy. Ever since two things, ever since Bring the Lube, and I think he kind of bounced back from Bring the Lube, and then he bounced back and tried to be holier than thou. But ever since
And then
he
drive
heard
people
that,
by Tracy House too, as well. Remember,
yeah,
take multiple 5 people by Tracy House. Different.
yes, and then he tries
Mhm.
to deny it, and it's like we watched you driving people by that
Yeah,
lady's
Five Baby
house,
exposed
Right.
it. Five
pointing it
Yeah,
Baby
because
was.
she
out.
recorded it,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, the
Yes, and he was
mhm.
pointing it out, and then he was like, "See," it was like a tour bus. There's her house, because I heard that he drove a few people
Yeah,
past
about
that
to
lady's
say he
house.
used to drive in that bus. That's why he knew what to do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think he got for me, Jay Wilson got dark, and he went from being kind of funny and messy to I think he got dark and just nasty when ever since we heard that from that,
Oh, that
grinder app,
grinder, baby. Oh
that's
gosh, the
when
lies.
he took a break. He
Ooh,
took
he
a
was looking like a
break,
teddy bear,
and then
Teddy
he
Ruxpin.
came back, and then that's when he really started doubling down, like, "Ain't no friends on YouTube. I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here
We
for
are
my money."
1099. He don't even say that no
Yeah,
more. We
that's when he
1099.
really got I think since that incident because okay, I feel like Bring the Lube, his slip started showing, but I think after doo doo doo, his mask got ripped off. And then ever
Oh
since then,
yeah,
when his mask got ripped off, it was just like he just got nasty, like just nasty.
Mm,
he was like,
mm.
my
So
joint is
I'm not gonna
active.
lie,
I
I
want to
like
hear
seeing
it.
him get dragged. I'm not even
Me
gonna lie.
too.
There's a few people on this app, not eh, there's like a few people, maybe about 4 people on this app that cross sectors that I enjoy seeing get dragged, on like on reaction channels and on on beef sector panels. I'm not gonna name one because Brian, like I said, I've been watching. I know you like one person, so I won't name her. But
No,
there's a
no,
few
tell me. Tell me,
there's
tell
a
me, tell
few
me.
people on this app that because I just feel like they're horrible people. And Jay Wilson is one. There's like top 4 people on YouTube. I think they're terrible, and I love seeing them get dragged. Jay Wilson is one of them. He's in the top 4. There's like 4
Oh
of them,
shit.
and then
Oh
like the
shit.
other
And
2
he
or
made the
3.
cut.
Yeah, and then there's like the other 2 or 3. They're like in other sectors that I frequent and watch.
Oh, you talking about Michelle ATA?
Oh, no, I like
Oh,
I kinda like Michelle. I know a lot of
I
people
like her
don't
too.
care for her, but I like but there's
You
another lady in another
talking about
sector.
Adrian Slays?
Oh, I
I'm
can't.
close
I'm
with her.
sorry. I don't like that lady. I think she's terrible.
But listen,
She's
you like who you like.
terrible.
I don't
I
know that
know.
lady, but I know her on here, and we've
Yeah.
had communications. But I
Yeah.
really do like Adrian, though. I mean, she's always treated me well. But
Yeah.
I know she had a couple of incidents with what was that lady name? A local Libra. What was that lady? I used to
A
watch her.
few people, it's like, but I just think you see how she, because when she used to do the, even though I was saying with her, I was never a fan, but when she used to do like the ASMR, and then when
Yes.
she was on the Adrian Slay's variety channel, I would be like,
Hmm.
this lady is a piece of shit, but she's funny. And then same with Jay Wilson, she went from being funny to just being dark and horror. And I feel like with her, I, I feel like having mental health issues and being a shitty person that they're not mutually exclusive. You can be both. You just kind of see how she treat people just on here, but then also in her real life and stuff. Like
Mm.
I don't know, she just moves real messy. Like she,
And remember, her
I
and
don't know,
Heidi
she
got
just
in that big incident. Her and Heidi
oh,
got in that
that was
incident.
funny. No, that was
Baby.
funny. That was a funny moment when she went to visit Heidi in Atlanta. That was funny.
Mm.
But I feel like
Mm.
the way she treats people, like, behind the scene like, you hear stories, like, where people especially during her Florida days, people came out and be like, "Oh, she stole from me, she did this, she did that."
Oh,
It's
Lord.
like the persona, it's like not a persona, she just kinda is a terrible person in real life.
And you would think that we're having like a big sister, like well, I think she's older than B Love, but to
Yeah,
be like to have such a sister that's such a big phenomenon, you know what I'm saying? Like B
yeah,
Love will
B
go
Love
down
is
in
messy
history.
too. B Loves is kinda messy too, though.
Well, look, I don't know nothing about. Look,
Well,
look,
she's
I don't
got
know
money.
nothing.
She's
You talking
got
about
money,
B
but
Love's Life, the E?
yeah,
Uh huh.
her have and you know who I would see oh god, I'm being messy, and this is my debut. This is my first
Girl,
time
be
on here, and
messy,
I'm
girl. We all
talking mess.
messy, shit.
You know who I see from time to time in Adrian's chat trying to rap and,
Who?
get oh god, the guy
Who,
that they
girl?
call Glitter Boots. I've seen him.
The grown folk,
Oh,
girl.
Yeah, I've
What?
seen him in her chat trying to, "Hey,
I'm
sweetheart,"
a
and
show.
I
Mm-mm.
promise you, I think he even gave her I was like, do he know anything about this lady? Because if
Absolutely
he
not.
knew the way he talks, if he knew how Adrian moved, he once I think he even gave her his phone number. No
Girl, I know you
lie.
lying to me,
I
girl.
swear, he pops up in her chat from time to time, and I think I don't know what happened, but she shaded him once when he
Thank you. Come on,
popped up
Adrian. Come on, girl. Come on.
because I guess she called him, and she was like, "He playing games or something." I'm like, I know this dude not giving his phone number, but from time to time he'll show up in her chat flirting and be like,
Mm.
"Oh hey," or putting a heart, or be like, "Oh hey,
Ugh,
sweetheart," and this and that.
I'm a see, I ain't no hater like that, but grown folks, come on, grown folks. But
I kid
anyway,
you not. I
people
promise.
grown, they can do what they want to do,
Yeah.
they can go what they want to go, but grown
But it
folks,
took me
you
off
dig?
guard. It took me
Yeah,
off
that's
guard because it's
weird.
like, how'd he find his way over here?
Well,
Well, I
y'all saw
mean,
his appearance on Tasha K and stuff, so he was,
Yeah.
he was on Tasha K, girl. When?
Yeah, I
What?
saw
You
that.
didn't see that?
I swear to
Yeah,
God, I didn't, girl.
it was
Wait a
like
minute.
that is no. Because who
When was
is
this?
that? I
When was
don't
this
know who that
recently?
is.
It was recently. He was on Tasha K. Girl, you
Yeah.
saw? Oh my gosh,
He
I'm just.
called into her show, and then he
This
was
was like
talking
2 days
about
ago.
yeah.
It's
He
like at
turned his camera
47
on and
minutes. Ness
everything.
posted it, and she put the timestamp. I think it's like at 47 minutes, and he did the
Was it
car like
entertaining?
on camera. Hmm?
It was entertaining or what? Was it? Was it good?
Yes.
Did
I
it-
mean, it's definitely worth watching. He said, she said, "Hey," I can't remember what she called me. He was like, I'm something like a silver fox," and then he
and
turned
he
the
is a
camera on.
fine man. I ain't
He
gonna
is
lie
a
to you, that
very good
man.
looking man with a great
Mhm.
voice. You can't take that away from him.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, he had to fix his microphone up there. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Did he
yeah.
bring up the beef sector or no? He didn't bring it up.
No.
I
Oh,
didn't
he didn't.
listen long enough. After he took,
Mm.
like, I was honestly embarrassed when he was like trying to fix the microphone. He was like, hold on one second. I'm like, you're on live. Like, he was like, hold on, like holding the finger up and then trying to like fix it up. And I was like, ooh, baby, like,
Mhm.
who is
But
this
no, he was talking
backstage? I
about
don't
the
know who you
topic.
are to even. I mean, should I put the banner up and see who it
Uh-oh,
is?
I'm scared.
Yeah, why not?
That ain't.
Shit,
I
why
mean,
not? Take a risk.
I know that ain't the name. Hold on, let me put up a banner. Hold on, let me put up a banner. Okay, let's do a banner. Okay. Wait, that ain't the.
Girl, you muted me. I'm like, girl, what did I do to get muted?
My bad, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna bring you up. I know this ain't really no Mark Wilcox, but Lord. Hi, who is this?
Jason.
Oh shit.
Okay, what's up? I got some questions for you, Jason, but I ain't going to ambush you with the questions. What's up? What's on your mind?
Well, you can ambush me in a second. I just wanted to tell you that you may get a kick out of looking on Facebook to see Jay Weasel's family.
Oh,
He's got there's a whole page dedicated to the Wilcox African
Oh, I've
American
seen it.
family.
I've
Okay.
seen it. He said he needs to support. He's the leader of the group. He got to get everybody connected. You might not know your relatives, and black people need to know our relatives. Well, I ain't gonna talk to you about black people,
So,
but
okay,
you
so if
know.
you've seen it, so then you see, because when I first started listening to you, I didn't realize what kind of person you were, but now I do realize. So when
What you
you
mean? What kind of person am I?
you're like a cultured professional, which I didn't realize. So
Thank
when you look at those pictures, you can see. I hate to say it, but Tim has been right all these years. He really does come from a very low income family. I really didn't think so. I kind of just assumed the best of people, but no, those people really are like trailer multi-generational people. So that
Well, yeah,
really,
you know, you get. Look,
like, they're
you
really
gotta be
really
careful,
poor.
Jason. You can't be up here talking about those people. But I feel. But what I will say is, he's always said that, and that's why he has this grandiose idea of himself because
I
he's
think I didn't realize that it was so factual. That I just thought Tim kind of found a lick and he just was going to stick with it. But
oh
sociologically, he's
no.
actually right. Like, that really does explain why he acts like he's wealthy when he's clearly not.
that man said a multi-generational trailer.
He comes from a really
Oh,
really poor community, like a poor like the whole family's poor. I don't know how else to put
why?
it.
Jason,
Whoa, Jason.
Jason, Jason. Please, can you release that video? Remember that time Kwani called? Okay, remember you were live in your kitchen, remember? And you was cooking something. And Kwani called. Kwani denied, she denied that she was up there flirting with you. But y'all was up there, you know what I'm saying,
She
talking
told
Ron
me.
to
She
teacher.
told me. She told. She told me I was. Do you remember? She told me I was fucking her son, and her son was sending her all of my money.
It was some she said, man, I think she was flirting with you because she said something about a black pussy. Remember y'all was enough flirting with each other?
No, she was. Yeah, she was flirting with me, but the black juicy pussy was a whole other thing. She did shows all about how I want to eat her black juicy pussy. That was a whole other thing. But that in my kitchen, she was talking about her son, about how I kept. Remember, I showed her son's grinder pictures, so I kept saying.
Grinder.
I kept saying I had him up on the couch with his ass in there.
Is her son gay for real? Or are you just
Yeah,
saying that?
yeah. So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's why she was like, yeah. So what? I was like, so what? I was like, what do you mean? So what? You hate gay people? She's like, no, I like it because he's over there and he's taking you for all your money and he's sending it over to me. I was like,
Jason, don't do no impressions, Jason. Don't do no impressions. Don't do no impressions.
Uh,
You got enough
well,
going on.
so all right. So ask me your sabotage. What did you say? Hit me with your questions.
Oh no, I wanted to ask why do people say you're racist?
Because I'm politically incorrect and I come from New York and I don't mind being politically incorrect. I don't.
But there's a difference between politically incorrect and being from New York and being and saying
here you
racist.
go. They call
Well,
somebody a
I have a
and
lot
Yankee.
of family that's in New York.
that's what somebody who's cultured and a professional would say. There's all kind of clips all over. Like one was with Tommy Sotomayor. One was a lot of, like I could name all kind of people where they basically had the same situation where they said, somebody tell me why he's racist. And nobody can come up with an answer. So he
I
was
mean,
like,
I've heard you say the nigger word before, but it never
that doesn't
bothered me.
make you racist. It's a vocabulary
I know,
word.
but
It
why
doesn't
would
mean
you
you
say
hate
that
black people.
in a if it is a sensitivity, not even issue, but just a matter of like just history and just like knowing that
Yeah.
you can't change the
You,
fact that you're white, but you know that
But
that's
you know why it didn't bother me, Submarine? Because I called them a nigger back. and
and you're
because,
also black. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, and
I
it's
just
not in
feel
the
like,
dictionary.
especially since you're immersed in a black space, that if you do got you apologetic magazines on the coffee table, that should not be something that you're saying. Because I like hearing your perspective. I listened to the 911 video, but I'd be remiss because I feel that way, same way I felt about Rodney and his comments. I just feel like, you seem like you got enough vocabulary where you don't have to throw something in there that could be intentionally
Well, he
inflamed.
wanted to use that word submarine. I mean, Jason is intelligent. He come from a good family. He chose to use that word. So I ain't gonna say he
Right.
racist. I think he just wants to feed the fire. I'm on mute. My bad.
Well, Jason, would you consider like working on that so that we can have a little bit more dialogue and stuff? Because it's hard for me because I definitely do care about that. So I just don't know if
well,
it's
if you
something
care
we can.
about it, I respect that. I certainly am not using the word a lot, but I'm not afraid to use all the vocabulary at my disposal as an American with freedom of speech, and it does not a lot of occasions that require that word.
You said there's a lot of occasions that
I said there's
require that
not a
word.
lot of occasions that require that word.
Right. Yeah.
It's an
And yeah,
obscure,
I don't
antiquated
think.
term that's only
But
useful in
just
very specific situations, and sometimes they arise, but not often. And
but
like I said,
Jason.
there's a bunch of people who tried to hold people to the fire and say, tell me why is he racist, and basically they all said things like, I feel like he is, he just
Well,
seems
I
like it to
personally, as
me.
somebody that has a very wide variety of different color friends and went to a PWI and everything, know plenty of people from New York that, are bold and just have never had a reason to use that because they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you could call somebody a cunt, you could call somebody
Mhm.
anything else. You know what I'm
To the
saying? So for
twat.
me, that's going to always be something that's just not the same as lining up with just I can, because you can use all your words. So like that's a choice to like be it
Yeah,
like
but you
inflammatory.
don't know when I would say it. So I'll tell you the reason that I would say it usually is to describe a certain caliber of people in this community, which are living stereotypes.
Nah, but
Well, I don't
Jason,
think that's
what
your
about the
place to do
pictures
because
that
it
you put
offends
up?
all of us. So if you respect
No,
the,
no,
you
no.
know,
There's
some
certain
of us,
people in the beef sector that really are living stereotypes. I mean, they
but you
really, they
can't call
really.
them living stereotypes. Why do you have to offend everybody else with that word in order to call them out? Because that's the only thing. Because it don't just apply to them when it's said in that context. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Like I hope you understand where I'm coming from with it.
yeah, I do. I think I don't think it applies to anyone who it's not directed at. I think you what you answer to is not what you're called, and if I'm not calling you and you're not answering, then there's no issue.
Well, yeah, that's definitely we're gonna have to disagree on that. But
Yeah,
I mean, this
and
is
that's fine. I
yeah.
don't mind disagreeing, and I don't mind in respecting your boundaries of vocabulary. I have no issue with that. It's not a word I use very often, but we could disagree on if it's
Yeah, because I've
appropriate.
all my friends that are white, which like I said, I went to a PWI. If I'm mad at you, I ain't gonna call you. You
No,
know
if
what I'm
I'm mad at
saying?
someone, I'm not
A
calling them
Thank
that
word
you.
that's
word.
gonna
No,
offend all the rest of
called
them.
anyone that word that I've never called anyone that word that didn't live up to it. It's pretty rare that I've ever called anyone that word.
Mm.
You call some people some nigger words, and then I can recall too, Jason. I ain't coming at you, but I'm just being honest.
But
I've seen.
were they fitting of the definition?
I
But
don't
let me.
think you ever have a position as a white person to call black people that. I just don't know how you're saying they're fitting of the description because it's so much more than that. Like I just like that is such a choice because you could call them all those other things, ignorant, imbecile, whatever. But like that's a choice that ripples through people that ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Well,
only thing I'm
I
saying.
guess if you think so, but I don't agree. But okay.
I mean, I know so as a black person. You know what I'm saying? You can't say how it ripples stuff because you're not black. You know what I'm saying?
Straight
I
up.
could be just catching a stray because you're calling somebody else that, but because it is something that you're selective in using, because you know how inflammatory it is, that is still a choice when there's so many other words. Like that is like I'm gonna choose to use that word that's going everybody gonna catch strays for when I have all these other words
Well,
to
here's the
use.
thing. So one example that I can say I used it for was listening to Kwani call me and everybody else that word when the
A
truth is
nigger bitch. Absolutely, I can agree with that.
she really is the definition of that word. She lives in a
Well,
dilapidated house.
I can't do that up here, Jason. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, so then we
No,
don't
I
have
mean I
to.
appreciate anything. Just that particular conversation is a little sensitive because she is black. So like, if she said, I get it, and but like, come back at her with something that like ain't no problem that you can say, and she can't. I mean, I just don't see how it like has to ripple to everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think everybody else was offended when she was calling me and other people that word. I think it was directed at specific people, and I found it ironic because she lives that lifestyle.
But would
Mm.
you say that to somebody face in real life, Jason?
Yeah,
Would
fuck
you?
yeah,
Would you?
absolutely. If
You
she
wouldn't
was
call me
screaming
the
at me
N
in
word
real
to my
life,
face,
if she
Jason.
was screaming at me in real life, calling me the shit that she did, absolutely. Why not?
You would not call me
But
the
you're
N
not
word to my
offended by
face.
You
it in the
wouldn't call
same
me that.
way.
You wouldn't be screaming at me like she was, so I wouldn't have to say it back.
Yeah, you're right.
You know
But I
what I
don't
mean?
know, Jay.
Like if you ran into Kwani in real life, is there anything you wouldn't say to her? No, not really.
I don't
Yeah,
know, but then I seen you with, but Jason, I seen you make your avatars racial, like black. What do you call that? Like people in blackface.
No,
I've
I didn't
seen
ever.
you.
No, I've never done that. No, I've never done that.
I've no, Jason. I've seen you
No, you've
do some
imagined that.
racial things.
No, you imagined that. I've never done my avatar blackface. Every single person that was ever an avatar was either like a
Wait,
mug
hold up.
I
or some
think you're
It might
crazy
have
talking about
not.
the one that's
It,
the Hispanic woman that's got the makeup with red lipstick.
It's
Ain't
always been a
Jemima or
crazy looking
something he did.
mugshot or something. It's never been some old
It
timey.
was like an Aunt Jemima. It was something that you was making fun of a
No,
black person.
no,
I swear to
no.
God, yes, it was. I can't put my hand on it, but it was something. Everybody was talking about it. It was a big thing, and you knew it was, and you know
You
what
know
I'm
what that
talking about.
reminds me of? You know what that reminds me of? When
What?
I found that tranny dude who was like really, really ugly man in his mugshot, and he had these little blonde braids and little beads on the end of the blonde braids, and I took his picture and changed my name to Poe Derek, and
Yes, that was the name, Poe Derek.
Kwani and everybody else who's stupid decided that was police officer Derek, whatever his name is, who killed
Derek Shaw.
whatever.
Yeah,
Like not that is obviously, if you know anything about anything and you look at the
yeah.
picture, not what I was doing. But oh, you all ran with that shit. Oh, he's supporting police
But
officer. I was like,
did you
what?
come forward and say that that wasn't what it was? Like, did you like boldly
Every
mention?
single day until I just decided to change it.
Mm.
Was the guy's name was Derek?
No, he looked like Bo Derek, but a trans black hooker.
He ain't lying about that, but then you're not.
Does everybody know who Bo Derek was?
Yes, I
Yes, it's
do,
the
and
girl.
I agree that it doesn't make sense that I mean, if you're saying Poe Derek, that doesn't make sense that it would even apply to Derek Chauvin, to be honest with you. But but go
It
ahead.
did
Yeah.
in their minds because it said P-O, Derek,
Police
so
officer,
police
nigga.
officer.
Yeah. What did you
They
want us
Oh yeah,
to?
swore,
I can
and
see.
they
And was it around that time?
swore, and they had panels, and they screamed and beat their
Absolutely,
chests.
absolutely, and you enjoyed it because you get off.
No, I
I
thought it was
think
so
you like.
annoying. I had to change my fucking ID name.
I think you get off to that shit,
No, it was so
Jason.
annoying that I had to change it. So obviously I didn't get off on it.
Mm.
But
Because
again,
you like
again,
being
what
the
you think, again, what
you
you
like
think,
being the
Tim, what
B
you
sector
swear is
racist.
happening is why you think the
Mm,
things you think, but that has nothing to do with reality.
Oh, well, I mean, it is what
well,
it is.
I'm
But
glad to get an understanding. I will say that that's always gonna be something that I can't get down with, but I definitely anytime it's something Jay Wilson related, I'm definitely always happy to hear it. Okay.
Yeah. So what was the
But
other? What was the questions? You had a bunch of questions. So one of them was
no,
why
I
they
was.
call
It
me
was
racist.
about where the. I didn't say. I said I didn't want to ambush you. Is what I
Oh,
said.
okay. So
I
so
do have
yeah.
a
So
wonderful
the
memory.
why do they call me racist really doesn't really lead up to any kind of incident or fact that you're ever going to find, which many a person before you has tried to get to the bottom of, and
Well,
they
for
all threw
me,
their
if it
hands up
was
in the
me,
air.
my answer would be choosing to use the N word. Like to me, there's just never. We gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm black. I'm gonna say that's always gonna bother me. It don't, no matter what. But that's
Well,
because
if
I
that's
also
how
don't
you define
disrespect.
someone
But
who's
let me
racist,
finish.
then
It's
your
also because
definition of
I, as a
racism is
person,
very
don't do that.
unconventional.
Let me finish what I'm saying. You're not even hearing what I'm saying. But that's because I, as a person, also don't do that. I got biracial people in my family. I got people Filipino. I got every color of people. I don't do that. I don't think there's an excuse when it hurts other people when you can use other words. I don't. I just would never agree with it. So that's not something I can say like I can rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like ever. But I'm not saying like it's your world. Like you obviously a grown person. You do what you want. But I'm not one of them people that's quiet. Even when it came to Rodney stuff, I ain't quiet about his feelings towards black women in shades and hues. And I'm definitely not going to pretend I'm okay with that because that is a choice. You know what I'm saying? If I tell somebody something hurts me and you gonna sit up there and keep that, I can't be feeling no type of way because you don't agree with me. I don't agree with that. I think there's a lot of other ways to go about stuff, and it's just my opinion. And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I understand. I just don't feel like I need to walk over eggshells when people are throwing the word
I
racist.
don't think you should either. I'm telling you what it is when it comes to me, and that's not
Yeah.
eggshells. I don't think you should. I'm telling you how I feel, and that's just not changing. I'm allowed to say how I feel. Nobody said about eggshells. I just said you're grown, but that's how
Yeah.
I feel. I stand on everything I feel. I said don't have to anything to do with anything else you got going on. But that being like a stance that you standing on, like I don't agree with it. So that's just how I
Yeah, it's
feel.
all right. It's not
And
really a
I grew
major
up in
thing
a
in my
very
life.
racist town. Like I just don't rock with that.
Yeah, it's not really a major thing in my life, and I don't really, think about that kind of stuff very much.
Yeah, it's a big thing in my life. I grew up in a place where people getting beat up for that every day and lynched still to this day and driving around every day with Confederate flags. So you can say that, but for me, that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people like to throw up in my face because I'm Jewish. They like to say, "Well, what if we were saying bad Jewish?" I don't care. I've always said I don't care. So like it doesn't. I don't relate. Like I don't. I don't care necessarily. You can certainly see in the news and all and on any social media that Jews are highly hated and oppressed and spit on and stabbed and beat up and just for being
hmm
Jewish. And like okay, so like doesn't mean that that really has something to do with me directly, or that I'm gonna get outraged over it directly, or that if somebody says something
mm,
about someone else that affects me. Like I don't have that kind of thought, so I can't really relate. I can respect what you're saying. I certainly comprehend it and will respect it and abide
yeah.
by your boundaries. But in terms of people always like to throw it in my face, well, what if we were talking about kikes? I'd be like, so
Well,
like I
that's
don't
just a
care.
sensitivity thing because I feel that way when I see it going on with anybody of any color. So I
Okay,
do
yeah,
feel that way when I see it going with Jewish people. I do feel that way when it's going with
yeah.
black people. I do feel that way when it goes. So that is just a difference in
I
personality.
think in
I
New
would
York,
definitely understand.
where we grew up in New York, everybody was calling everybody all kind of names, and like nobody really meant it or cared. Really, like
I spent a great deal of time in New York, and my sister and brother-in-law live in New York. My brother-in-law was born and raised in New York, lives in New York still to this day, and it's still not something any of them would be down with. So it's just a personality thing. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
just a lot of words, and you're a
Yeah, I
smart
mean,
person.
I'm not condemning the state as a certain way. I'm just saying that in where I grew up, like nobody really took words or shit like that seriously, really at all.
Okay, well,
It
that's
just
maybe
wasn't,
coming from the South.
wasn't a thing. No, no, like like they were like my vice principal who loved me was black. My gym teacher was black. Like a lot of black teachers, and
But
I
how
of course I
but
had
how would you
black
think that?
teachers when I
How do you think they would feel if they heard you say the N word though? Those people that loved you, do you think that they would be offended by you saying the
No,
N
no,
word?
because they know me. No, because they know me.
And then let me ask you right quick, Jason, before you drop
My
down.
vice principal went to my house when I was 16 and I moved out into my own apartment. And I was a junior in high school. Or was I senior? I was a senior in high school, I think, beginning of senior year. She came to visit me, and she was sitting across from me. This is in New York with the Rockefeller laws, which was you don't know what that is, but the Rockefeller laws were like if you had an ounce of herb, you'd go to jail for 25 years. So I'm 16, and she came to visit me to see if I was okay living on my own. I would be smoking my little bowl right across from her in my own living room, and she was cool as shit. No, if she heard me say
Wait,
anything, she
well,
wouldn't
let me
talk to
ask
me.
you. Let me ask you, did you and Lady Dimples have a phone bone and exchange pictures? That was the rumor that was going on. I just wanted to ask you this.
No, that wasn't the rumor that was going around.
yeah, and then we're gonna kick up the other live because yeah, this is definitely throwing me off a little bit, but I
All
definitely be
right,
kicking.
then, brother. All right, then. I
Well,
just
okay.
had to
Well, I
ask
just
you.
wanted you to. I'm so glad that you did look and you did see that he does come from low income family, and that probably is the source of his bragging about things that are not true and not things to brag about. And I just, I really was not expecting that. I kind of thought that it was. I don't know. I just gave him more credit to that. I just thought he came from like a more of a regular middle class family, but he actually came from a very low income family. So I was
Well,
wondering.
yes, I definitely just look. I definitely see that. I know he has spoken on it before, so I don't. It wasn't a secret to me, but I think a lot of people do. You know, that part doesn't bother me. It's the pompousness. But I'm gonna kick off because this was supposed to be a House of the Dragon live, so I'm gonna switch it up because I have some recordings to play from the live that came
Okay, I just want to
before
ask you one
this.
question before I go.
Yes,
So now that I've been
absolutely.
listening to you and I'm so impressed with your intellect and your verbosity, my curiosity is what is your education in terms of subject? I don't necessarily need a degree or whatever. I'm not holding you to like anything. I'm
Journalism,
just
English,
curious.
media studies, those
What is
three.
it?
Journalism, English, and media studies, mass communication. Media studies and mass communications is the same one, but those are my degrees.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you're in the beef sector. It's
Oh,
been it's
thank you.
been it's been so inarticulate for far too long.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, I've been here around here for 9 years. It definitely is a good time. You know, I appreciate it. And I thank y'all so much. I don't think I'm gonna make a flyer for the next one. I'm just gonna change the title and then kick it up so that I can cover some stuff that happened on Jay Wilson's live before this House of Dragon live. But
Okay.
I hope I'm gonna see everybody over there. Brian, are you gonna go over there?
Oh yeah. Do I have to drop down or I gotta hit the link? Are you
It's
gonna
gonna
drop
it's
the
gonna
link
be
or no?
another one. I'm gonna do a separate
Oh, okay.
one.
All right then. Well, I guess I'll catch you over
Brian,
there
you better
then.
not call me no N-words while you're over there.
Oh, don't buy Jason. Come on now. I already told you how I feel about it on my
Yeah,
platform too.
we exactly. I'm about to
Don't buy
drop down.
Jason.
I ain't about to
Don't poke the bear
entertain
when
that.
I just said like that really is it's not funny.
Don't do
Nah,
it,
because
Brian.
Jason, you gotta
Don't do it, Brian.
understand what. All
Like I'm
right.
not playing at
Okay,
all.
because I'm black at the end of the day, man. And like I say, I come from a different generation. I know she's about to end this, but I want to let you know that that word don't bother me because after I looked it up, I don't see no black skin in there. So that word don't cut. You call me that, I'm gonna call you that back. And but some people, look at the climate we live in, and I don't think your principal would sit up there and say, yeah, Jason, call him another N-word. Not at
Brian, I
all,
don't go
Jason.
around calling people N-words. Stop misconstruing
No, but
him
he's
for
just saying he
stuff.
did ask you that question. He asked
If
you
I
specifically
said
how
the
they would
word in an
feel. So he's
appropriate
addressing that specific
context,
question.
she would not care, I assure you.
I swear to God, she would as a
You can't
black
say that
person.
till it happens. That's an assumption till it happens. That's like saying my man will never cheat on me, and then one
Okay,
day he
this is the
cheats.
same woman who paid me to draw her a portrait of buckwheat, which she hung
What
in
does
her
that
home.
have to say with the N word? If you saying that out of
It
your
means
mouth,
she had what it means is that she had a very liberal and broad understanding of what you would call trigger issues, buttons, imagery, and words. And she was much more sophisticated than the average knee-jerk
well, I'm very
woke reaction.
sophisticated, and I'm still offended by it, and I won't believe that till I
Well,
hear her say it. Now, this
I
is the
understand
last
that,
I'm going to talk about it on
she
this
was a little
live.
bit more liberal with her like
Well,
I
I
said,
don't want to talk about it
imagery and
anymore because I
whatever.
don't agree, and you have no proof of that. So I don't want to talk
I
about it. It
think you're
is a
full of
very
shit,
offensive
Jason, and I
term for
think you
me.
get off by coming over to a sector that you know are predominantly black people. You came in and you can't kind of clean it up. If you did it, just say you did it, Jason. I ain't hating on you. It is what it is. If that was your character and that's how you want it to be portrayed, it is what it is. But you've been around for years and you can't just lightly say, "Oh, I just was saying it." This, you know, you was out here trolling. You was saying the N word. You was out here being racist. It is what it is. And if that's your character, I can respect it. Just like I could just leave it like that and respect it. But don't try to come and try to clean it up and try to dress it up with, frostings and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Drop down. Oh, he dropped down.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
well,
left.
listen.
Yeah, but I
He
can't. I
dropped
keep
down, but that
saying,
dude is racist. It is what it
and
is.
I mean, I
Um,
gotta stand
I
on
can't
it.
hear you, submarine. So I'm
And
gonna drop down.
oh,
I,
you
I
can't hear
guess I
me?
see.
You
I
can't hear
can't
me?
even hear you no more. Yeah.
Hold on, hold on. Can y'all hear me in the chat? I could hear Brian. I'm starting up this new live right now, y'all. Thank you so much. If you can hear me, thank you for coming. I'm gonna switch over because we got some stuff to talk about that was on the live earlier with Jay Wilson. I'm kicking it up right now, so meet me over there. I'm gonna say if y'all can hear me, thank you, and thank you, Tiff, for clicking the link. I'm starting the new one now. I'm typing. Okay, ADHD and talking this thing now. Okay, boom. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I'm ending this. I'm starting a new one. Okay, boom. I ain't even gonna have no outro. It's just over and done.